Welcome to Wilson's channel.
Alright guys, welcome back to another podcast episode. This is the Chat with Wilson podcast, episode 27 in particular. We got a special guest here, Kim, aka Kimmunity, formerly known as kimmunity, which we'll definitely talk about. How's it going, Kim?
It's going good. How's your dinner?
Still eating, but not too bad. Finally squeezed in some time. How's your day so far?
It was good. I work from home, so I accidentally took 2 naps today while at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got all done, which was the W. But it was like
Nice.
a tiring day. I don't know. I just wanted to sleep all day, but yeah. Other than that, it was good. I had some good food and had a little bit of a short stream earlier, so that was fun. And now we're here, which I'm really excited for. So, W.
Yes, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I know you signed up a while back, but we finally got to it. So bringing you back to all the podcasts, having special guests every time, it will be a pleasure to learn about you. All right,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Chat, thank you guys for being here once again. So we're just gonna start things off pretty simple. Some of you guys might already know who Kim is. Some of you guys may not. So feel free to give like a brief introduction about yourself, who you are, maybe talk about some of your interests and hobbies, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, my name is Kim. I used to be known as Kim Yonsei, before 2023. I changed my name to Community because it was available and I thought it was cute. And I like DJing. I like playing Valorant, Overwatch. Yeah, pretty much a homebody these days. I used to be a really big raver, really big like um extrovert, I guess, but these days I'm more of like an introvert. But yeah, I've met Wilson like twice IRL. So that's Pog. We met at
Yes,
EDC this year, which was really cool. That was
very
so
cool.
fun. I definitely want to go back to EDC because that's always a blast. And so we'll see for 2025 if I get to go.
It's already been half a year since like
Yeah, crazy,
EDC.
right?
Yeah, time flies. We're getting close to the end. But you're
I
right.
know,
We'll definitely
crazy.
talk about the first meetup and everything because I feel like that was like a really special time too. Um, just my trip to Canada in general, just like meeting you and everyone. Okay, so you briefly talked about how you went from an extrovert to more so an introvert, right? So talk about that. Like, why do you say that, and where like do you feel like you're at right now, just like in social gatherings and just maybe like one-on-one conversations? Yeah.
Yeah, right now at least I just feel like Valorant has taken like a crazy toll on me. Like I'm so addicted to that game. And so like if my friends are asking me to go out to like clubbing or whatever, and it's like a Saturday night, I'd rather just stay home and play Valorant with my online friends, you know? Cuz like it's more fun to me than going out to club these days. So, I guess in a way I'm not really an introvert. I'm more of a like a homebody. Like I like to just prefer to spend my time not spending money outside and just playing games and trying to grind to freaking plat because that's like impossible right now, which is like a really big challenge that I want to achieve, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, just these days I've been at home rather than going out.
So yeah, you prefer being at home, but when you are out and everything, would you prefer like group settings or maybe like one-on-one hangouts or anything?
I used to be a one-on-one person, but now I feel like group hangouts are really fun. I don't
Mhm.
mind either or, but I think I excel in like both settings, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But now that you're home, you're definitely keeping up the streams and just you're constantly talking to people, so that's been consistent, I feel like, since I've met you.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
like always on Twitch, like no matter what. Like even if I'm working, like I'm always tabbing like 20 people and trying to say hi to like everyone and stuff. Like I like to stay social.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that you were like completely working at home. So it's just full time at home?
Yep, 100% Monday to Friday.
So what does that day to day look like right now for you? Like including the weekends?
Um, so I start at 8, so I wake up at 7:47 and then I take like 5 minutes to get ready for work and then it takes me like a couple minutes to log on to my laptop. So I
Five
start at
minutes.
8.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just sort of get out of bed, I log into my computer, I appear online, then I go make breakfast, make my coffee, and then I work till like 3, and then I log off, go to the gym, play Valorant, stream, repeat. That's my day, Monday to Friday. Then Saturday, Sunday, I just go to the gym, then stream or something. But yeah, that's typically what my schedule is.
Dang, that sounds like you can manage a very consistent schedule, so that's good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So, um, regarding like streaming and stuff, right? Plus work, how many hours would you say you're on the computer like every day?
Oh, like like a bad amount, like 8 hours plus 5 hours.
Hmm.
um, I mean, I have these like glasses that like protect my eyes, so I wear these when I'm working, so it
Yeah.
doesn't like make me too strained, my eyes too strained. Um, yeah, but it's a bad amount. Like I want to reduce my screen time for sure.
So I ask because I also work from home. So I understand how you're on the computer so much. But then the difference is I haven't been streaming as much, so I just wonder like how you're able to do it. It's like pretty impressive.
I just love the screens, I guess.
It's supporting the homies in streaming.
Exactly, yeah. It's addictive.
So I don't think everyone knows, but where are you from? Like what's and also the time zone?
Yeah, so I'm from PST, Pacific Time. I'm from Vancouver, BC, in Canada. Canadian. Yippee.
Canada. Can you talk about it?
Canada.
Like can you talk about where you live specifically? Like the diversity? What do you like doing there? Just like kind of hype it up so people can see if they would like it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like Vancouver is the best place in Canada. Like West Coast is the best coast, as they say. We just have a lot of scenery, nature. There's so much diversity in food. Like there's Little Saigon, so there's Vietnamese food. There's Chinatown. There's Little India. Like we have so many places for food, and the nightlife is pretty good too. We have like EDM only clubs. We have R&B only
Hmm.
clubs, and like rap. Like there's a lot of like different things you can do for each person's taste. Um, so that's why I think Vancouver's the best. And also like the people are really chill. Like I haven't really met anyone too mean or bitchy or whatever. Like it's just everyone's nice from my experience, at least.
Yeah, there's a stereotype that Canadians are nice, so I
Yeah,
guess
we say sorry to our own self. Like we say sorry when we trip,
you're kind of
you
backing
know?
that by saying all this, so there you have it. Um, let's talk about your childhood. What was life like growing up? And were you always in Vancouver? Can you give us like the details of like just your lifestyle as a kid?
My family and I moved a lot. Like I think I've moved over 10 times. So we've been always on the go. Like we've never stayed at a house for like more than 2, 3 years.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was just used to like moving around a lot. I went to 3 different elementary schools, and I went to 1 high school, and then I went to university. So I've been to like 5 different schools. I met a lot of different people um from like all over. So yeah, childhood growing up, I feel like I learned how to adapt. Like I'm very adaptive to things
Yeah.
um from that experience. And it was fun. I mean, this is a typical Asian upbringing, like, getting slapped with a slipper if I'm doing something wrong, just stuff like that.
Traditional parents.
Traditional, very traditional, yeah. And I feel like it shaped me to be like more disciplined in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's good.
So, were you moving all around within Vancouver? Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah. I moved around a lot in Vancouver, and in Burnaby.
Oh, I know
That's like
Burnaby.
another city. Yeah, yeah. So I've been, I think like 7 of the homes were in Vancouver, and then like 3 of them were in
Dang.
like Burnaby, Surrey.
So born and raised and still there ever since. But
Yep,
you're
for
but you're
24
loving it.
years.
You like it.
I love Vancouver. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't want to move away. Yeah, I don't want to move away. But it's so expensive, so I might have to move away to like
Hmm.
Alberta one day, maybe. But like, I
Wait,
hope not.
Alberta?
You know? Yeah, Alberta, because it's really cheap there.
Oh, okay. That's another common area that I usually hear of, like either Toronto, Alberta, or like Edmonton specifically. Know
Yeah,
that.
there's like do you know the Stampede, the Calgary Stampede,
I
or
don't know
like
the
Chasing
Stampede
Summer?
specifically, but I know Calgary.
Yeah, there's like a lot of events. A lot of famous DJs and singers go to Calgary for events.
Okay. Okay, and it's more towards the central, right? Like central area of Canada?
It's still on the west coast. It's like the province right beside BC. So
Oh,
it's like
okay.
BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. Then it goes east.
Okay, so as a child, do you have siblings by the way?
Yeah, I have one brother who's 16 years older than me.
Whoa, okay. So what was your relationship like with your parents and your brother from like a kid versus now?
Mm, my relationship with my parents has like never really been too good until I was 20 and I moved out. It only started getting really like nice and like caring and loving when I moved out for some reason. Um so for the past 4 years it's been really great with my parents, but me and my brother have just never had a relationship like cuz he's 16 years older, so right now he's 40.
Yeah.
Um I mean, yeah, it's a little better. He has 2 kids and a wife, so, like, we bond over that and stuff. But when I was growing up with him, like, he always bullied me, so, yeah, I didn't really like that from him, so I just never really tried to get to know him or, like, be close to him, that sort of stuff. Because that age gap is, like, not it doesn't help with bonding
That's
because
wild
we
though,
can't
like
relate. I
16
know.
years and a
Yeah.
bullying type of relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you were bullied as a child, so you didn't really like foster that relationship with your brother. And but you're an aunt now, so that's cool. Congrats. So your relationship is kind of like you never had a period to catch up or anything because he already started his like life with a family. Is that what it is, or where are you at with your bro?
Yeah, like we only ever talk if it's for something like, oh, hey, you should come over to mom and dad's house. We're having like a hot pot or something. Like we never go in depth in any conversation. Like
Yeah.
the only time I've ever been close to him was when my parents went to Vietnam and he lived in the basement and we would bond like and drink Grey Goose together and stuff like that. Like we would talk about our traumas growing up. But he doesn't really
Oh.
open up other than like when he's drunk, you know? So
Yeah, yeah.
he's like that type of person.
So, at your level of comfort of what you want to get into, why do you feel like your relationship was rocky with your parents up until moving out?
Mm, I honestly feel like I had to do something with my bipolar disorder. Like I was very grouchy at them whenever they'd like tell me what to do or like not let me go out or like get off the computer or go to sleep now, like do all your chores now. Like, you know, I'd just be very grouchy at them and I'd always just like be mean in a way. But once I got diagnosed when I was 20 and I started like going on medication, I started becoming way more like, oh, you know what? They just want the best for me. They're saying all that because they want me to become disciplined. Like I started realizing more, like I started becoming less foggy in my brain. So I think once I turned 20, I grew up a little. And I then became more loving towards them.
Okay, so that's towards them, but how would you describe yourself as a kid just growing up then, before figuring out that you had that disorder?
Oh, I was like really bipolar. Like no, I was just like so hyper sometimes and then sometimes
Mhm.
I'd be like really introverted and not talk to anyone and then other times I'd be like I don't know. It's so up and down. It was just always up and down as a kid. I remember writing in like journals when I was 13 and sometimes I'd read it back and it was like
What was
yeah,
I
I was
thinking?
hella bipolar.
So do you want to talk about that? I feel like I was gonna save that for a future conversation, but I feel like it's a good point right now, just to let everyone know what it means to be bipolar and what you've like learned about yourself since being diagnosed.
Yeah, I feel like everyone gets handed like cards, different set of cards, and it's up to you like how you play them. Like for me, I became a fitness junkie when I was like in high school because I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know what was wrong. So actually being bipolar helped me become a personal trainer. It helped me discover like new friend groups because I was like in my social phases when I was like hypomanic or manic, I would like reach out to a lot of different people. So it helped me, yeah, gain a lot of friends. Um it also helped me cope like when I was in my depressive episodes, like how to feel better and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a blessing and a curse having this disorder because you learn a lot about yourself. You do some dumb things, but in the end, like I think it builds you up. Like it builds your character. So I think it's a W having it. And I'm on meds now, so it's like all good.
So, regarding the meds, like, you consistently have to be on it to be considered good. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, my psychiatrist said I should be on it for life. Like I
Yeah.
take lithium and that medication helps you stabilize your brain neurochemicals and stuff like that. So if you get off of them, you're more prone to have a manic episode.
Oh. So for your situation, you said you felt like something was off with you. Like, how did that even process? Like, how would you even find out?
Actually, it was like kind of obvious. I would like blow up over small things. Like if someone didn't say hi back to me in the hallway at school, I'd
Yeah.
go to the washroom and I'd start crying. Like it was very obvious to me when I was in high school that I like was like, what the fuck? Like what why am I like this? You know? So I was new. And then that's why I started like finding outlets like raving and fitness and I joined wrestling, I joined track and field, I joined basketball.
Yeah.
I took up cross country, I tried doing soccer. Like I did all of these things to try to like cope. And yeah, I just always knew. It was like right there in front of me. There's something wrong with my chemicals.
Hey, I'm trying to like understand what it's like to be a kid, to kind of like grow up your whole life, normally the way you do, and then to like one day be like, wait, there's something actually wrong with me. Like, why am I acting this way, behaving this way, reacting? Like, you just take notice or took notice of yourself, and then decided to like go to a doctor or something. Like, what were the steps to that?
Yeah, so I had to have a mental breakdown first. Like you if you go to a psychiatrist and you don't show all the symptoms of being bipolar, you can't get medication. So um in 2020 during the COVID pandemic, I mm, I did a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff that caused me to become manic. And I had an episode for 7 days where I
Hmm.
didn't sleep like at all, and then I didn't eat at all. I I would just drink Viet coffee, so that made it worse. And I was doing like stuff like so yeah, I was going on a bender for 7 days, and then my parents sent me to the psych ward, and then that's when they were like, "Yeah, you actually have bipolar disorder. That's why you're behaving like this. That's why you've been like this your whole life." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
How would
Yeah.
you like? What would you describe as a manic episode?
So a manic episode is when you have like a period, a long period, so like maybe 5 to 7 days of non-sleep. You're talking really fast. You feel like you're on top of the world. You think you're better than everyone else. Like you have like a sense of like you're a king or a god,
The
if
superior
that makes sense.
complex, yeah.
A superiority complex. Yeah, you have that for like that time. You become way more reckless. You're impulsive. Like a lot of people like would gamble a lot or like shop a lot, spend all their money in that time. Um, yeah, and you don't eat or sleep. It's really crazy. It's really bad. Like I was biking at 5 in the morning every day for like 2 3 hours.
So you're acting this way, doing all these sorts of things, and then it got to the point where your parents sent you to a psych ward.
Yeah. Well, actually, my ex sent me, and then he told my parents, and then they also agreed that I should go, and then I went to the psych ward for like 3 weeks.
So were you kind of resisting it, or were you just like open to it after like a discussion? How'd that go?
Well, I didn't want to go, but they kind
Yeah.
of drove me there. They just took me, and I went,
Okay.
and I actually
Wow.
slept. Yeah, I slept there because they gave me something to sleep. And yeah, I found myself again there, and it was great. I was writing songs and poems and raps there.
Oh, I feel like within those years, your younger years, you just experienced so many different type of things, like activities. Because of that,
I'd
would you
say
say because
so.
of the disorder?
Yeah, for sure. I started raving when I was 15 and clubbing when I was 15
Oh
because
my
of
god.
it. Yeah. Like it was like looking back it was bad, but it like taught me how to be safe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, young age too. Like you went through a lot. Now I think about it, especially if you're starting at 15 and then kind of like going against your parents in certain ways while also just defining and learning about yourself.
Yeah, it was a journey for sure. Like and I went through it with my friends too. And my friends are still stuck in that era of high school where we would club and do all the stuff, like
Yeah.
the stuff. And yeah, they're just I grew out of it thankfully because I guess Valorant has saved me in that way because I don't have the urge to like go out and do all those things. But yeah, I think definitely starting at a young age helps you learn what to do and what not to do.
Okay. All right. So we kind of jumped kind of forward. It's a little bit unconventional of like what I usually talk about with our guests. So give us like a brief rundown of what your life was like from early childhood in school up until like graduating high school or like your high school phase. Like what did you do? And you could get into the details of like, for example, you did all these sports, but then how you transitioned from it, maybe even clubs. Yeah, I kind of want to just like see how you lived your life up until that point of completing your high school.
I was always a studious student.
Uh,
Like, I would always get straight A's and stuff like that in elementary and high school. Like, I always tried to focus on studying and making my parents happy and all that
oh,
stuff.
so they were an influence on that. Like they were pretty
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah. Because I saw how my brother was and how much he like kind of disappointed the family in what he was doing. So I wanted to be the opposite of what he was. So growing up, I tried to be studious. I was like, you know, doing swimming. I was doing piano lessons for 7 years, 7 or 8 years. Yeah. And then I would just do whatever my parents wanted me to do. And I think that kind of made me hold a grudge against them a little bit in high school because I was always like, oh, I'm doing all this for you, but you always like don't give me freedom. You don't let me do this. So if like F it, I'm just gonna go against you. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. So at 15, I went to my first rave. And that's when I started becoming addicted to going out and like having fun and experiencing new things. And yeah, I in grade 9 I became like a stoner, like for grade 9, 10, 11, 12 I was like really into that. Um but I think in grade 12 I snapped out of it a little bit, so then I tried to become a personal trainer, which I did for a year, and then yeah, I graduated with like honors, like the one higher than honors. I forgot what that's called, but yeah, I think I definitely hit a speed bump in grade 9, 10, and 11 because I was um a stoner.
So was it also because of the influence of who you hung out with?
For sure. For sure. Yeah. My best friend dated um a DD.
Okay. Yeah, so you got like supplied and everything at a young
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then you said you kind of grew out of it by your senior year. What was like what made you change, basically?
I just was tired of feeling like that. Like just perma stoned. It was tiring and foggy and like lazy, and I just knew I could do more. So I stopped I just like cold turkeyed it. And then I took up fitness like a lot, and started focusing on my grades again. And yeah, my counselor helped me a lot during that time. He was like my best friend, and he was just telling me like, I know your potential. You shouldn't be doing this. Like you're better than that. Stuff like that, and it just snapped me out.
The fitness journey, was that also an influence by anyone? Like, did you meet new people that kind of got you into it, or how did that come up to your, just your idea to do that?
I forgot how I got into it, to be honest. I think it was someone like Nikki Blackletter on Instagram. I saw like her videos or something, and then I was like, oh, like she has a nice bum. Like I want, like where are you
Social
from?
media influencer. Okay.
Yeah, and then I just started practicing and like learning on my own, like at home. And then I started going to the community gym with my friends, and that's when we were like, this is fun. Like we feel good after our workouts. Like we should do this more. And then I became like way more obsessed with it than them. So I would just go like on morning runs every morning, like before school.
Yeah.
Because I just loved endorphins. Like they felt so good. Or they still do feel good, but yeah, in high school for sure. I loved fitness.
Were those friends the same as the friends that you like did stuff with and were like
Yeah,
stoners?
yes, yes.
Oh, so you guys all kind of went through like a
Yes.
transition period. Okay, so with that being said, what would you say was your high school reputation then?
I think that it was mixed. Like some people knew me as a nerd, and then some people knew me as like an ABG party girl.
Okay.
Some people knew me as a stoner. Some people knew me as the gym rat. Like that was my title in the yearbook, gym rat, because I went to the
Wow.
gym so much, and I went to like weightlifting class. I joined every sport. But yeah, I think my reputation was probably very mixed.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And how did your parents react? Did they know about like your stoner years, or how involved were they in your life?
They knew. They knew. They didn't like it. I would just hide it though. Yeah. But I stopped and I was I was fine by grade 12.
Okay. That was when things changed for you. And then what was the plan after high school?
I just went straight to university. I did 2 years finishing my degree in marketing. So I have that. And after that I just got a job and then started working and playing games and streaming, and that's just been my life since that period, since 2020. Yeah.
Was marketing always the plan for your degree?
No, I at first I wanted to be a pharmacist and a teacher,
Yeah.
and then I just chose marketing because my mom wanted me to go into school right away, and I didn't know what to do right away, so I just chose what seemed easiest. But then marketing is actually really fun, so I want to stay in marketing.
And you're saying the job that you have right now, the work from home job, is relative to marketing?
It's not marketing related, and
Oh.
I've been looking for a job for like a year.
Okay, so speaking of like actually before getting into jobs, what was life like during your college years
Oh man, so my college years was 2018 and 2019, and 2020. That's when I graduated, 2020. They were so like my first year, I was so hypomanic the whole year for some reason. Like I became addicted to coffee during that year, like my first year of university, and I would just be so talkative and hyper like every day in classes. So that year was fun. I would go out with my friends like that I met from university. We'd like, go to the bar sometimes after school because we had a bar at the school. Um yeah, I was really social. And then the second year, it was the complete opposite. I was so depressed. I was like so tired. Like every day was not it. Like the coffee wouldn't even help me. So yeah, university was another indicator that I was like probably bipolar.
then? Wow. Did you commute or did you live on campus?
I drove 20 minutes from my house to school.
Okay. So were you involved in school as well?
I was a part of the Young Women in Business Club, and I also joined the marketing association club. So I
Yeah.
was pretty involved. Yeah, I would say so.
You had a good balance of like focusing on your school during college, but also balancing that social life. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And then what's like the timeline of all the jobs you've had? Like from the first one up until the one that you're at right now. And like
Oh
talk
man.
about how you got into it and like how you transitioned.
Oh my gosh. My first job was at Thai Express when I was 15. I got fired from that though because my friend kept visiting me and was distracting me. So they let me go and I would take like really long breaks at lunch.
Yeah.
Haha. And then my second job was at an Italian restaurant. I stayed there for 2 years, 2 or 3 years, doing hostess slash like what's it called? Busing like position. So that was good. That gave me a lot of experience actually and friends. Um I had another job where I was a hostess at a hotel for a little bit for like events. And then I also was an assistant for a person at a financial firm. I was also a social media coordinator for a club, like two clubs when I was 19. I was a personal trainer for a year. And then I did the marketing manager job after I graduated. And then I had a marketing internship, and then I had a marketing coordinator job with the beauty company. Am I missing one? Then my current job right now. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I think that's all my jobs.
What's your
Yeah.
title right now?
Administrator.
Okay.
It's very
So
basic. Yeah.
you started with a lot of customer service related stuff, right?
Yeah.
Then how did you make that transition? Did you just apply to like random places or did you like go through connections?
It was mostly all connections.
Oh, nice. Even where you're at now?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you learn from all these jobs that you've had? Like what kind of skills or just like maybe even things you've learned about yourself?
Mm, I learned a lot of like data analytics. Um, I learned a lot of creative tools. Like when I was in social media marketing for a while, I learned how to use like certain tools like Canva or like even how to like use Instagram better. Because some people think they know how to use Instagram stories and like format it. Like there's a lot more to it. Like there could be a lot more to it if you really dove deep into it. Um, I know
Yeah.
my customer service skills are really good. My Excel spreadsheets are really good. I know like formulas. Um, yeah, I know copywriting and like marketing stuff, like SEO. I know a lot of SEO stuff now, so that's cool. Just stuff like that, and sales. I think.
Nice. Okay. You picked up a lot. What would you so I usually ask people when they work in customer service like what would you want to say about it that people might not know like about being in customer service?
It's
Just working
tough.
that.
Like
Uh,
it's tough, and you got to cut them some slack sometimes because they're dealing with so many different people in a day, and sometimes like it's very easy to burn out, especially if the customers are being mean or like rude. So like if they sound not so enthusiastic of their job, it's probably just because they're having like one of those days. Like for me, after I worked in customer service for a couple years, I I'm always so extra nice to my servers, to the people I'm calling on the phone if I'm like asking for help, things like that. Like I'm just extra nice because I know that it's like
yeah.
kind of like a pain to be there.
Experience being on the other end, so you empathize.
For sure, yeah.
All right, cool. So I know gymming's a huge part of your life, and it started um back in high school. You said you became a personal trainer. What was that process like?
It was just a freelance personal training gig. Like I took a course I paid for a course called the National Council of Strength and Fitness, the NCSF. I just got like certified in that, and then I started training some friends from a program that I was in. I was a part of the VPD cadets, and a lot of them wanted to be more fit. So yeah, I just trained a bunch of them, and they paid me. So yeah, it was
Was
like
that
a, it
was
was
that
like a it's
weird?
like a freelance. I don't know. It was kind of like funny. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's like just thinking, um, having your friends pay, to work out with them, in a way. But
They're
you're
like acquaintances.
oh, okay, okay, okay,
They're from my program. They're not really like my friends.
got it.
Yeah.
So where are you at now with your like gymming? Like, what's your mindset? What's your goal? And how have you grown, or how have you grown since like starting?
My mindset used to be like try to be as strong as I can, but now it's like try to maintain your health. So I like to gym just so I can feel good and, like preserve my metabolism and um just gain muscle so I can stay strong for a long time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't try to hit PRs anymore. I used to do that. I used to like supplement with creatine and like protein powder and like do this and that. But yeah, now I'm just chill.
Wow. Okay. I'm at. I would say I'm at like a. I have the similar mindset. Not hitting PRs, just literally going for health benefits and just to stay fit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. For longevity.
yeah. So you've been doing it for quite a few years,
Since 2015.
like consistently. Would you say?
I took 1 year off in 2021.
Okay.
Not really a
Valid
year
because of
off, but
COVID.
like yeah, exactly. Okay, maybe 2020 and 2021. I had off a little bit. I was still working out, but not at the gym. Yeah.
So what's your schedule for the gym right now? Like what do you have a specific split or routine?
I go like 3 to 4 to 5 times a week, and I just do whatever I feel like. I don't have a split. I just kind of go.
Oh, okay. Are you one of those people that spam leg days?
No,
Okay.
no. I used to.
uh, I definitely see a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Leg day every day.
Gotta grow the booty.
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite workout or like body parts or groups to work out and least favorite?
I love deadlifts. I'll do deadlifts any day. Like if I do it every day, I would
Wow.
do it every
Like
day. I love
conventional?
deadlifts. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I really like deadlifts. My least favorite, I don't have a least favorite. Maybe like I even like chest. So I was gonna say chest, but I like chest, so I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe abs. Yeah, I don't really train my abs that much because I don't really like that. But
Yeah.
I train abs anyways when I'm squatting or like deadlifting, right? So I don't see a need to do it.
Okay, so you're a big deadlifter. What do you specifically like about it and how hard do you train when it comes to deadlifting?
I used to train really hard. Like my PR was 2 plates. Like that was like probably the heaviest I've ever gone.
Yeah.
Was 225. But I like it just because I feel good doing it. Like it's just something I'm confident with. Like my form is like nailed.
Nice.
And yeah, I just like the hamstrings and the glutes part of it too. That's like the best two parts of the body I like to grow.
Got that hinge movement unlock.
Yeah, hip hinge.
Do you have your like personal training belt too for that?
I don't have a belt. No, I used to have a belt, but I don't know where it went. I just use gloves so that I don't get too many calluses on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
hands.
What's the regular gym schedule for you right now?
I like to go on Saturday and Sunday, and then after work on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I try to do that. Um, but if I miss a day, I just go the next day. I just try to make up for it whenever I can if I miss a day.
What is it like at the gyms that you go to?
Really busy.
Oh
Really
yeah,
busy. The
damn.
one I go to is pretty busy, yeah. But I go during a time where it's not the peak. So I go
Uh-huh.
around like 2 p.m., 2 or 3 p.m.
Right
It's
before
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the type that likes to go alone, or is it better to go with a buddy?
I always go alone unless I'm with Gio, Cinda. I go with him like every other week. And then I go with my best friend like Sundays. Some Sundays I go with her.
I see. Okay, the gym rat life. Love that, staying healthy and everything. Did you so you're no longer doing like helping people with their gym progress and stuff, personal training?
I always like to talk about it. If anyone has questions and stuff,
Yeah.
I always try to answer to the best of my knowledge. But I'm not like a personal trainer, no, not anymore.
Good to know. So what is like the best advice that you could give to someone who's trying to get started with the gym? Let's say they're just trying to like um gain as much progress in a short number of time or amount of time.
The best advice I can give, honestly, is like just do your best to show up. Like, because when you show up, you're gonna want to like grind out your session because you're already there. And also, like, everyone has been in your position before. Like, don't be afraid to ask people around you for help because, like, they all know what it's like to be in your position where they don't know what to do or like how the form is. Like personal trainers are around you, so like ask them for help too or watch videos. There's so many resources to like learn how to like lift. And yeah, the health benefits are like crazy. So it's so worth just like getting into it. And even the urge and like desire to want to go to the gym in of itself is like amazing. So yeah, just keep going forward. Like you got it.
Is there something that you wish you would have learned early on when you started the gym that you just learned a few years later or something?
Yeah, like don't don't overdo it. Don't push yourself too hard and don't burn out cuz like slow and steady probably wins the race more than like if you try to sprint through it and like try to get as much progress like ASAP. Like like people who try to lose weight too fast almost never keep it off. So try to take it slow. I think taking it slow and seeing slow progress is better than like the opposite.
Wow, that's interesting to point out. Like people that try to burn it quick actually gain it back. That's what you're saying that you've seen.
They never keep it off, yeah.
Wow.
There's, like, studies about it.
Hey, the more you know. So that's cool. The gym talk, knowing what you've gone through and where you're at when it comes to the gym. Let's talk about. Let's see. Let's talk about some social media stuff. So clearly, you know a lot about social media. Aside from Twitch, what have you dabbled in? What are you currently active in? And just what are your overall thoughts?
I love social media. It's, like, so great because like, I don't know. I remember when I first discovered Instagram when I was 13, like, it was just so cool to know people liked your picture. I don't know if you like, the endorphins I got, like, the dopamine I would get from, like, people liking your photo or liking your status or, like, retweeting your stuff, like, I don't know. It was just so fun. I still feel that way to this day, you know? I guess it's, like, part of our innate, like, psychology in our brains, like, just to be liked and stuff. So,
Like
yeah, I've dabbled
Twitter,
in everything.
Instagram, for sure.
Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, um, Discord, uh, obviously Twitch. What other social medias are there? I used to use Tumblr a lot. I was like kind of Tumblr
Oh,
famous at one point, so that was fun.
oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. um, yeah, that's like all the social media. Facebook, I guess. I was using Facebook a lot back then. MSN, I was using a lot back then too. Um, oh yeah, Ask.fm, that was good.
Okay.
Formspring. Now we're going back, like we're throwing
Yeah,
it
yeah,
back,
you're
but like
a
yeah,
lot of throwbacks.
yeah, a lot of throwbacks. But I just
MySpace.
love social media.
Wow, okay. So what would you say are your main ones right now? that you use the most?
Discord, Twitch, Instagram, Snapchat,
Okay.
Twitter.
Oh yeah, quite a few, quite a few.
Yeah, like all of them.
What would you say are the cons of having social media?
You compare yourself a lot. Like
That's a good
you
one.
look at the numbers and you feel bad about it if you don't hit the same numbers that you did before. Like that's the thing about social media for a lot of people, and that's why people take breaks. That's why people feel bad. Comparing is like a killer to our brains.
Yeah. So the upside is you do like getting the likes and reposts and stuff. That's what you mentioned because you kind of like
That was me when I
unconsciously
was
focus on that.
13. Yeah, no, that
Okay.
was my upside when I was 13. I felt like that was like the major benefit of it. But then
Yeah.
now I think it's just the social, like keeping up with people's lives and seeing what people are up to and discovering new
Right on.
things.
Yeah.
That's probably the major benefit now.
Okay. And that's why you currently use those specific social media platforms.
Yeah.
Keep up your friends and everything.
hmm
Okay, so talk about the journey. Like, how did it start with streaming?
I started streaming because I was so bored during the pandemic, like in 2020. I started playing Fortnite a lot, and so I would stream that with my ex-boyfriend, like beside each other. I lived with him for a bit. So we'd stream right beside each other. Like he would have his setup, I'd have my setup. It was kind of annoying because he'd be screaming right beside me while I was streaming. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I started. And then after I moved back to my parents' house, I just continued because it was fun streaming Valorant. I moved on to Valorant.
Huh.
And what was the question again? How did I start streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just discovered Twitch and I hit the go live and it was fun, so I decided to stick with it for 4 years now.
So it was literally just on your own. You just felt bored. You got a camera,
Yeah,
knew which game you
basically.
wanted to set up, and then just went with it. Okay, so
Basically.
this is when you moved out from your parents, right?
I
Around the
I
time?
started when I was living with my ex
Yeah.
during the pandemic. Um and I moved back to my parents' house after the pandemic. After I went home from the psych ward, and then I lived with my parents, then I started streaming again after a little break, and then moved out to this house, and then I started streaming again. Yeah. I think I took like a year break at one point, but I'm back.
Okay, so you started with Fortnite. How did that change over time, and like, how do you think you've grown as a streamer?
Man, Fortnite, I'm just so glad I don't stream Fortnite anymore. Like I was so bad at that game. So I think Valorant, at least it's something like I'm okay at, so people have something to watch. Um I really do like just chatting. Like I feel like at heart I want to be a just chatting streamer, but right now I'm in my phase where I'm addicted to Valorant. So that's why I stream it.
Yeah.
Um yeah. Yeah, I think I'm like a variety streamer. I also play like Overwatch, Osu, scary games, stuff like that. So I'm like all over the place.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, what do you classify yourself as? Which type of streamer? So you'd say variety.
I think I'm a variety streamer, yeah.
And what do you want people to know about the type of streamer that you are, or who you are as a person?
That's a really good question. I never really thought about that. Um I mean, I just want people to see me as like someone who can excel at different things, you know? Like that's why I took up so many different hobbies like
Yeah.
DJing and Valorant and like other games and um just chatting, like trying to be funny, trying to be entertaining. Like I just want to I don't know if I'm like spreading myself thin or something, but like I just really want to be good at a lot of things.
Jack of all trades and just someone who's willing to give it a shot, which
Yeah,
is really
exactly.
cool. I think that's very inspiring to see. Like now that you've talked about it, I'm noticing like you do do like all these sorts of things. So we're
I
learning. That's
try.
good. That's good. What's your goal and your, yeah, I guess short term, long term goals when it comes to streaming?
Just to build like I already have a wonderful community.
Yeah.
Haha, community. But yeah, it's just to continue building more and more and like growing more and more. Um, Definitely getting better at DJing. I want to be able to like produce and upload like at least 45-minute sets at one point and have the transitions be clean and like proper. Just like intuitively know how to DJ at least like one day, maybe in the next couple months. Um, and to get diamond again in Valorant.
Oh shoot. Okay, all that to be done on your streams. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I have another like platform on Twitch, like another DJ channel, so I
Yeah.
can like do my DJing there. And then once I get like a new PC, uh I hope I can hit diamonds.
Okay. Wait, so you think your PC is holding you back right now, or what's going on?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, it is.
Yes. For sure. I drop to 100 frames when I'm playing.
Ah, that's tough. Okay. So you said that one of your goals is to continue growing and growing. What does that mean to you?
Like it just means as a person, I want to be able to better my mental. Like I want to be able to stay calm in situations where I would once used to be not so calm. Um, like it's a horrible example. I don't know why I'm like referencing Valorant right now, but like sometimes in Valorant when I'm clutching and it's like a 1v3, I can't stay calm and I throw the round. You know what I mean? Like I want to like one day become so calm. That's what I mean when I say grow and grow. Like I
Uh,
just want to one day have my mental be so zen, so calm, so cool and collected that like nothing phases me. So I can just stay chill, you know?
where it applies to Valorant too in this case.
Yeah, it applies to everything in
Yeah.
life. Life will test you. So I want to be able to like pass that test.
Okay, so that's a lot of more personal growth. That's very cool. How about when it comes to seeing where you could take Twitch? Like what is your mindset on that right now?
I mean, partner would be nice one day, like maybe next year or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, around this time next year. And so exactly 12 months, maybe I could hit some nice average viewer numbers and then apply for partner. That'd be really helpful. Because I'm trying to make streaming like a side hustle at the same time.
Oh,
Because
okay.
my current job at home, like I work from 9 to 5 or 8 to 3, 8 to 4,
Yes.
and the remaining time I just have off, and I'm like I might as well just stream and build something more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it
nine to
is,
five, then 5 to 9.
it's a hobby you enjoy, but you also want it to be a side hustle.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And so your goal for now when it comes to growth on Twitch is to hit partner.
Yes.
Say you do hit partner, then what do you want to do with that after?
Just stay consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, partner is like the ultimate goal, I think.
As in, okay, so I understand what partner is, but what does it mean to you though? Like, what might mean something different to other people? Such as partner, it means you got to that point, right? And then after that is whether you can maintain it or not. Some people see it
Yeah,
as just an icon that you get, right? Like a check, as little as that. So what does it mean to you?
I just feel like partner is reaching that level where like you have a consistent community that will like come back to watch you even if you're gone for like a year. You take like a year hiatus, they'll all still be there. Like those like that community will still be there for you. Um, because it's one thing to hit partner, it's another thing to keep that same level of viewership and like community after you hit partner.
Yeah. Okay. I know, like it might not be intentional, but it can be seen as just validating yourself, to get to that point.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see like where you see yourself beyond that point. It's more than just self validation by reaching that goal.
It's like self-validation for sure. Like all your efforts are worth it. I don't know, it just seems like such a big accomplishment.
Yeah,
I know it's just a check mark, but it's like it's still something.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what has been your biggest learning lesson since you've been streaming all these years? Maybe about yourself or just the platform?
Mm, ooh, that's a good question. Something I learned throughout my 4 years of streaming is probably like shit happens and people are not always gonna stick around. Like, don't get too attached to certain things. Like, people have lives. I think that's the best important lesson that I want to like point out is like people have lives and like people can't always be there, stay like, just be present in your streams.
Yeah.
Like they're busy. They have stuff to do in their lives. So like before when I first started streaming and like someone would talk to me like, "Hi, how are you?" And I reply like, "Hey, I'm good. How's your day?" Like, "Oh my god, like what are you up to?" blah blah blah. And they don't reply. I'd get kind of sad. I'd be like, "What the heck?" Like,
Oh.
what the heck? Why are you talking to me then? But now I don't like that doesn't phase me at all. I think I learned to like deal with things. Just like suck it up. Or not suck it up, but like don't take it personally. Yeah, don't take it personally is a big lesson that I learned.
That is a really good example. That was very specific, and I see what you mean. Yeah, so you've been through so much on Twitch. I'm sure you've seen many people join, leave, like stop streaming and all that. Like, what about it makes you just want to stay on the platform? And, like, what keeps you just going?
Hmm. I always see like potential and I always see like yeah, like the future outcome of what could be. So it always motivates me to know that like if I continue this, it will one day really pay off. It already has paid off. Like I've met like some of my best friends on Twitch. Like I met my boyfriend that I've been dating for 2.2 years on Twitch. Like it's already paid off for me. So I'm still on this platform because I feel like I've gotten so much out of it and there's more to come from it.
Yeah. So you've gained a lot, more than you probably anticipated, like, ever.
For sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So what are the negatives that you've encountered through Twitch, and how did you just like embrace it or overcome it?
So the negatives are probably just comparing. Like I used to compare myself a lot. Like even earlier this year I'd be comparing myself to other streamers and like the typical, oh, they're doing better than me, or like this person is doing this better, or like having that's better, and blah blah blah, her setup's better. Like just comparing is so annoying, so I stopped doing that and my life has gotten so much better. Like I've been way more motivated and consistent and like happy on my streams. I turned off my viewer count. I um i st- i stopped streaming when I'm tired. I like just do what I feel like is best for me. And I
Yeah.
listen to my body and my mind. Yeah, it's been a lot better lately.
How do you switch that, like, to that mindset? Like, one day it's affecting you so much. How do you just say, "Okay, I'm gonna stop caring about that and just like move forward with it"?
Yeah. That's a great question. I don't know how I did it. There's just been so many nights where I had a horrible night because of my mindset. So I
Oh,
think one day I got so fed up with myself that I was like, you know what, Cam, not. Let's just not do that anymore. Let's just be better and grow up, learn from that. And then I listened to myself and yeah, I as I said, I turned off my viewer account and that helps a lot.
viewer count is definitely one that I typically hear a lot from people when it comes to the negatives and just like how it gets to your head. Because again, you mentioned how you compare your own statistics over time, and then versus even like comparing yourself to other people. Like, despite knowing all of that, I know that there is a push to have a changed mindset, but also to improve yourself, like as a streamer. What areas kind of like looked into from the past and like realized that you wanted to change or just like improve?
Like when it comes to streaming, how I
Yeah,
am on
yeah.
stream.
Just any aspects of streaming, like what areas did you want to like improve in, and then just like went for that.
So there's this thing um about like psychology. I forget what book I read it from. Maybe it's like Seven Habits of Highly Effective People or something, but uh people love talking about themselves. Like if you're on a date with someone and you're constantly talking about yourself, the other person's probably not going to like you that much. But if you flip it and you talk about them and you just ask questions about them and try to make the whole date revolve around them, they're going to end the date and be like, "Oh, that person was so fun to talk to. Like, wow, they seem interested in me." Stuff like that. So I
Hmm.
made it a thing to always talk about chat. Like I always wanted to know about them. Them. Like that's me, like when I'm doing my just chatting streams, I'm trying to like dig things out of them and have them talk about
Wow.
themselves. Because
Mhm.
that way, I feel like they would want to like stay in chat. Like people love chatting about themselves. If I just talk about me and my day, like maybe some people will care, but not everyone's gonna be like, oh, this is worth staying for, listening to. So I try to like actively make it about chat if when I can.
That is very interesting to hear. Like I could see why that how that works and applies. It's just really cool to yeah take psychology into account and to like realize that and to incorporate it into your own streams.
Yeah, life
But
is
yeah,
psychology, I swear.
and now you know, guys. You guys could learn from this or just give it a go. Okay, so that's an area that you've realized that you could kind of like improve in or just to something that you've changed. Was there anything else?
mm, it always helps like to ask questions like
Yeah.
randomly. It even helps to like commentate your own gameplay because some people I know play games and they like just play the game or whatever, but certain streamers that know about this, like they will commentate everything they're doing. Like they'll go out of their way to be like, "Oh shit, I think Sova might be B and elbow and like he's probably holding me here. Like I should probably reposition myself." Like they're talking out
Out
loud.
loud, yes.
Yeah, they're talking out loud, and it helps the viewer like understand you and like see what's going on in your head instead of just watching you run around on the screen. Like it's just good to commentate sometimes.
Are most of your streams kind of like unplanned, or how would you describe it?
They're
Schedule or
all
anything?
unplanned. No, they're never scheduled. If I feel like streaming that day, I'll stream.
So just turn it on and just go with the flow.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll tell my Discord, "Hey, I'm gonna stream in like 30 minutes," and then I go live, and yeah,
How's that working for you so far? Like, are you completely okay with it, or is there something that you would want to change, or maybe like plan for the future?
I did think of a stream schedule, but like I don't know if I'd ever like really stick to it because what if something happens? Like what if something happens and like my friend asks me to go to the gym or like to a
Yeah.
dinner, um, stuff like that. But I typically stream around the same time, like every day or like every other day. So it's I think my community knows what to expect from me.
Has streaming ever felt like a job to you?
Mm, kind of. Like in 2023, I didn't have a job, so I was streaming like almost every day. That kind of felt like a job because it was replacing my job, basically.
And then you probably experienced some sort of a burnout then, right? If you took it as a job.
Yeah, I think I took a break for like 2 months
Wow.
after.
Is that the longest you've been away from Twitch?
I think the longest I've been away from Twitch was 7 months.
7 months. Does that include not even being in chats?
Yes, for the most part. Maybe I pop in sometimes, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like gone for a while.
Was it because of something in particular, or what was the reasoning?
Um, I don't know. I think it was right after the psych ward. So
Oh, but that
Like I
was
just
early on, right? That was 2020.
yeah, yeah, and I haven't taken a break recently, like
Okay.
in my past 3 years, but I took a 7 month break after I got out of the psych ward to work on myself, and then I started going on the Twitch journey like crazy, and then
Yeah.
I only took like a month or two break after like 2 years.
Okay, so imagine back then when you were just starting out as a streamer, right? Like you barely knew anyone or any Twitch etiquette and stuff, right? When did Was there a specific point in time where you felt like there was a shift where you were kind of like getting into the groove of things? Just like, for example, like now that you have this whole community, right? When did you kind of make that switch, that point of having this community?
Mm, I think it changed when I actually like switched to just chatting. Like I used to be a Valorant streamer, and then
Yeah.
I kind of became a just chatting streamer in 2023, and then that's when I started seeing like regulars.
Okay.
Like they'd always show up every single stream, no matter what. Even if I was playing Valorant, they'd show up. Um, that was like in 2023. Uh,
2023. Whoa, that's
yeah,
actually more recent.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Cause like, I mean, there are still OGs,
Yeah.
like founders and stuff from my channel from 2020 that still show up in 2024. But like, I started feeling more community and stuff in 2023.
Like the growth and just community oriented in
Yeah,
2023
for
when
sure.
you switched to just chatting.
Yeah, I did just chatting for a
Yeah.
long time in 2023, and then I went back to Valorant like just recently. I went back to Valorant 2 months ago.
Uh, that's cool that you realized that shift in growth and meeting people.
Yeah, I even changed my name to Community
Yeah.
after that. I changed it in October of 2023.
Oh, so that's getting close. Like that's past a year.
Yeah. Oh
Um.
wow. Hmm.
So, what advice would you give to new streamers that are just trying to grow on the platform?
Try to content create on other platforms because your recognition on Twitch is so low. Like so many people are on Twitch trying to stream. So unless you already have like followers somewhere else, like on Instagram or TikTok, like try to create content where you can grow on other platforms so you can promote your Twitch. So like YouTube is really good, TikTok is really good, Instagram Reels, I think those are the top three. I guess Facebook, but like not really.
Yeah.
And also network. Networking is so important because like if you meet other people and they recognize that you're a streamer, they can like then raid you, or they can like you can hang out in their Discord and meet other people, and like it's all about building a community so that they know who you are and can check you out and play games with you, stuff like that.
Have you always had that mindset, especially with networking, since you started streaming?
For sure. Yeah, network is your net worth. I've always had that mindset.
Okay, because I would say that compared to many like streamers, those who actually stream and are like within chats, I see you in like a lot, or I've seen you in a lot of different streamers' chats and stuff. So I definitely see where the networking is coming from. So that's really cool to know that it's been like a very consistent basis for you, right? So I
Yeah.
want to know like how are you able to just balance that time to stream and then just be in chats and then to continue networking and to keep up with like all these streamers, like influx of new streamers, stuff like that. What's your mind or thought process?
Mm, honestly, like I kind of see Twitch as a like passive job too and like an active job. So like if I'm streaming, I'm actively doing it. And then when I'm offline and I'm not streaming, I'm like passively on Twitch. I'm like lurking everybody, and I'll like pop in when I can when I'm like in between episodes of like a show or like a YouTube video. Like I'll pop into like everyone's chat and I'll say hi, like how's your games, blah blah blah. Blah. oh, like BRB, I'm lurking and watching an episode, like, and then leave. It's just showing presence that you care. That is so important. I feel like because when people show
Right.
presence in my streams, I'm like, oh my god, like they actually are thinking of me and like trying to, like actively be social with me. So I'm gonna like do it to them, and like it's like a back and forth,
Yeah.
mutually like beneficial type thing.
Okay. And then I could see why that's definitely ideal. And I'm sure you've done it many times with so many different streamers and stuff, right? Do you feel like ever gotten to the point where it felt like that type of relationship has been more so transactional than just genuine, maybe with like some other people?
Transactional because they do it, so I have to do it, kind of thing.
Yeah, but maybe doesn't necessarily have to be you as the one that you're following up, but like you're just noticing that people are kind of like in your stream because you're in their stream, and then at some point it stops. That's what I mean by like transactional.
Oh, that's happened before, yeah. And when it happens, I just kind of am whatever about it. Like I
Yeah,
let it go. Like if people want to show support, that's great. If they don't, that's also like absolutely fine. Like people are their own person and they have their own lives and shit happens. So yeah, I just nowadays I just try to lurk as many people as I can, but like I don't expect ever the same reciprocation. That's another thing about Twitch is like if you expect things from people and you don't get it, you're just gonna end up being disappointed. So why expect things in the first place? Just try to like be chill about it.
yeah, facts. Have genuine intentions.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that just like applies to some more specific advice that you could give to new streamers, like that are trying to network and everything.
Mm, if you're like trying to network with a streamer, just treat them like how you want to be treated. Um, because I know a lot of people go into chats and they're just like straight to the chase, like, hey, you want to play? What's your rank? Like, let me in your
Yeah.
game. Um, Silva's meowing. Wait, hold on. I think he wants to be picked up. Hi, Silva.
Sova.
Silva. But yeah, just don't be a weirdo, I guess, and just try to be like friendly as much as possible and get to know them and stuff like that. Yeah. Overall, don't be weird.
What are your Twitch pet peeves?
Mm, my Twitch pet peeves are probably when I don't I just yeah, the creeps, the weirdos, like the people who come into chat and they're like putting those pictures, like those like weird
Copy
pixelated
pastas?
pictures,
Yeah.
copy pastas. Yeah, it's like and they're spamming that, and then just
Uh,
like making your life hard and stuff.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a good one.
just those weirdos.
Have you dealt with like any problematic streamers or anything, or just experience being in the same community? Any sorts of
Yes,
stuff?
yeah, I I would say so.
How did I let me see how to ask, or like what am I asking? Like, are you able to just kind of talk about what you learned from just experiencing those type of moments, situations? Yeah, it could be Twitch drama specifically. It could be anything.
I always knew this from my experience, like in high school, but it also applied to Twitch drama because I already saw it coming because I kind of had experience with it before. But basically, try not to trust people like too much, like on Twitch. Like, unless
Ooh.
they're like whatever your best friend and like blah blah blah. But I've seen best friends betray each other
Even on
on
Twitch.
even on Twitch.
Ooh, yeah.
It's bad. Like, you can't trust many people. So just be careful of what you tell to people because they could use it against you, unfortunately.
So you've seen things like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, keeping it real. Have you ever lost friendships from people on Twitch? Or just like ended friendships?
Ended friendships? No.
Or just like had a
No.
disconnect with maybe like
Oh
specific.
yeah. Disconnect maybe. Like we're not friends, but we just stopped talking.
Okay.
But it's never like, "Oh, you're toxic. I'm going to cut you off." Like blah blah blah,
For
stuff like
you
that.
specifically, yeah.
For me specifically. I've done that to my IRL friends, but like not on Twitch. Twitch
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fine.
Okay, okay. All right, good to know. So how would you compare yourself online versus in person?
I feel like I'm the same, but more sussy online.
What do you mean by that?
Like
For those
like
who
I
don't
just
know.
I like to make jokes. Like in my channel I have a lot of sussy commands too. Like I just think it's funny being sus online because everyone can like laugh about it. I mean, I'm sus in real life, but like I don't even hang out with my friends that much in real life anymore, so it's not like I'm ever really sus in real life.
Yeah.
Um yeah. I think I'm generally the same. Like I'm very engaging. I try to like ask questions. I like talk to people and try to get to know them and um yeah, listen intently and stuff like that. IRL. So yeah, yeah. It's definitely different though because on Twitch you're just talking to a camera. In real life
Yeah.
you're actually talking to people. So
No, that's true.
yeah.
Do you still feel awkward speaking to the camera or just streaming sometimes?
No.
No,
I feel
you're
fine. I
good.
feel good. It's all good. I don't even look at the camera. Like I look at the screen and
Yeah,
chat.
yeah.
So I don't really yeah.
So outside of Twitch though, what other form of content are you doing?
Mm, just DJing at the moment. Yeah, I'm in my DJing arc.
Which is very cool, and I'll definitely talk about that once we get into that. Okay, so yeah, you've met a lot of different people on Twitch. I feel like you're in a good spot right now still because it's not like you took a break recently or anything. So you're pretty aware of like who's been streaming, who hasn't been. Cuz like realistically, Twitch is a pretty small and connected world, which is would you agree?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, especially like I know you're considered a variety streamer, but I see you as very connected to a lot of Valorant streamers, right? Which is so you could probably say that you know a lot of Valorant streamers.
Mhm. I'm always in Valorant chats. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So with that being said, what type of streams and streamers do you like watching and interacting with like nowadays?
Mm, what type? I like just yeah, having gameplay to watch. I like
Okay.
those type of streamers that I'm able to poke fun at and they don't get offended. Like I can roast them in a funny way and then they'll like laugh along or like agree kind of thing, you know? Like just friendly banter with streamers is always fun.
Yeah.
So, that's yeah. Those are the type of streams I really enjoy.
Okay. All right, so random Twitch questions. Just because I want to see where you're at compared to where I'm at. How often would you say nowadays you go into a random person's stream that you've never talked to before and start just talking to them, typing to them?
Like on a weekly basis or
Yeah, yeah.
monthly?
Like it could be any basis. Like where
Like
you
once a
just
month?
once a month? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess I just want to build the relationships I already have, if that makes sense.
No, that's right on. That's where I'm at too. Where I'm more connected with like the people I know and then I would meet people through them.
Exactly, yeah. It's just like building on the existing communities and stuff.
And then let's see. How about for rating? Like what is like how often are you rating friends that you know versus new people that you haven't met?
I try to browse for new people like every week, like once or twice a week. I'll try to go to Valorant category and look for new people.
So would it be like 50-50 right now, would you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
And more so like catered towards Valorant or does it not matter?
cater towards Valorant or just chatting, but mostly Valorant.
Interesting, yeah. And so that means, like, even now you're meeting a lot of new people still, huh?
Yeah,
Would you say?
I think so.
I was on that wave where I feel like I was constantly meeting new and new people. Over time, whether if it's like through raids, raiding someone new. But it definitely like plateaued within this year. I feel like you might have kept going with it. Do you think like the community has changed much within the year?
Like my community or just the community in Twitch?
Let's say both.
My community a little bit because I've been like um active in other people's communities.
Yeah.
But like the community on Twitch, I've noticed there's some people that stop streaming as much. And so, because like those people have certain communities, and if those communities don't have that streamer, then it's like, you know, I don't know. I've seen a little bit of a change. Um, but for the most part, like all the goated streamers are still here, so W.
Name a few streamers that no longer stream that you wish would stream again.
Honestly,
At the top of your
where's
head.
where's Little Creamy? Where's Little Creamy? Tammy? What's she doing?
I don't think I know who that is. So talk
Oh,
about Tammy.
she's so funny. Like she was one of those streamers where like you can just like not make fun of, but like you can just poke at, and she'd like go along with it, and like she wasn't afraid to be who she was and like funny. So we like me and Dan just recently saw her on Valorant again, so we were like, oh my god, maybe she's gonna stream again. And she's also from Vancouver, and I've met her before, and she's really sweet. So I really do like her. And she's just so sus.
Okay.
Little creamy, like I like sus streamers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, she's someone that pops up in the top of my head.
Okay. Was that a variety streamer as well, or
Only Valorant.
okay, only Valorant?
Yeah, there's a couple more I can think of. Like, Valenkita hasn't been streaming as much lately
That's
as well.
true. I noticed that.
Yeah, she streams like once a week maybe, but she used to stream a lot more.
Because you keep up with people on other social media platforms. So when
Mm-hmm.
you like see names sometimes, I'm just like, oh shoot, I noticed this person hasn't been streaming or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably
Same
feel
with
the same.
yeah, I do. Same with my good friend. It's Vivian underscore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she stopped streaming completely.
Oh,
It's been months. It's been like
she
6 months.
stopped?
She stopped. Yeah. She
Oh my
tweeted like I would
gosh.
return to streaming, but like this and that, this and that.
Wow. I am so outdated. I just that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Okay. In your
Sad.
opinion, since you've been on stream a lot, did you notice that I wasn't streaming as much this year?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
I
Good to
take
know.
notice. I take notice on these things.
Good to know. Yeah. So
Living life and stuff, touching grass.
yeah, yeah. Lots of things, lots of things. So I understand where people are coming from when they just want to take breaks or just aren't on
Mm-hmm.
Twitch as
Totally
much.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, another topic about Twitch I want to know about is if you could have like a really well thought out planned stream, what would you want to do? And what kind of content would you? Could be anything, even like a subathon, charity stream, whatever. Has there ever been something
Mm,
that you just haven't like just gone to like took the initiative to make happen?
honestly, I've always wanted to host like a tourney.
Valorant?
Yeah. One day, maybe in 2 years. I want to hit like diamond or ascendant or like immortal or something, first.
Yeah.
Then I would like host a tournament. But like it seems so fun and you get to bring people together. That's awesome.
No, that's true. That's definitely one of like the perks of it. You said
Mm.
maybe in 1 or 2 years. Realistically speaking, how long do you feel like you'll be streaming for?
Oh. Um hopefully like a while.
Yeah.
I really like streaming, so maybe like for no, I'm just kidding. Like until I'm 30?
Okay. Very specific,
I don't
but that's
know.
still years. No, I get it.
Mm.
No, you're just picking your brain when it comes to these. Okay, so let's talk about DJing. I think that's really cool that you started picking that up. I know you used to rave back then a lot and at an early age. So where did this come from? Like just DJing and talk about the journey that you've been through so far.
Yeah, I just wanted to learn how to DJ like this summer because it was summer and I felt motivated. I was like listening to so many mixes, and one day I was like, you know what? I work at a company that can sell me a board for like 30% off, so might as well, right? And so I bought a board, a beginner board, and I at first was so bad. Like I was using like the crossfader to transition, and but the journey overall has been so fun. It's just been like so great to like pick up tips from other people. Like Drew was
Huh?
a huge help when I first started too. Um, Parker, like Quits, he was a
Yeah.
really big help. Like everyone was
It's
just helping me, and it was so fun. So yeah, it's been great.
what's the learning curve like and what type of music are you just I guess mixing, producing, like what are you doing?
Mostly like melodic dubstep and uh, um and like bass house. I like those genres a lot when it comes to mixing.
Yeah.
But I'll do a lot. I'll do K-pop, pop. I've done R&B, like, but it's mostly EDM. So EDM is the best.
So how easy or hard is it?
Hardstyle and house, I feel like is easier to mix because like the BPMs are generally like the same. Um, it's harder to mix like melodic dubstep in my opinion, and like um electro house, bass house, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it depends on what genre you're mixing.
So how much time goes into like mixing? Like what's how are you splitting your schedule? Because like I know you're also posting on YouTube and everything, which is amazing by the way. Like yeah, how much time is being put into all of this editing portion?
Mm, I just like spend one afternoon a week.
Yeah.
Well, not last week because I was playing Valorant, but like this week on Saturday, I'm devoting like one afternoon to figure out my mix track list and then recording it. And then the editing doesn't take any time. Like I just cut the beginning, I cut the end, and then I render it. So there's no editing. It's just like, cutting. Um, but yeah, not too much. It's like maybe 4 hours a week when I do it. 4 or 5 hours.
So how difficult is it to put something together then?
Mm, for me, I just like put together what I think would sound good. It doesn't take too much time.
Like just random songs.
Like yeah, I just choose songs that I think would sound good together. Like um one after the other.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll even ask Chat GPT. Like, hey, what do you think would sound better? Like this or this, like that or
Oh.
that, or like, I just use that
Yeah.
as a resource. Yeah.
I'm trying to see
Like
like
yeah.
your inspiration. Like what is the inspiration to choose like one song and then to pick a song that was out like 15, 20 years ago or something, Just like throw it all together.
Yeah. Um I don't know, it just comes to my head sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the throwback set on YouTube, like the EDM throwbacks, that was all from like what I think would sound good, and I dug deep
Huh.
in the past because it was a throwback playlist, right? So I just kind of had to think like this song kind of sounds similar to that song that I can think of, and like I just put it together.
Oh, what gave you the idea to finally post on YouTube and how's that journey been?
Well, Twitch like implemented a DJ program, and I couldn't enroll in it anymore because I wanted to keep my Valorant clips on my main channel. So I was like, you know what, instead of like publishing my VODs for DJing, I'll just publish it on YouTube. I think it'd be easier.
And your feedback and everything has been good so far overall or what?
Yeah, I've gotten some really good constructive criticism too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think my feedback has been good, for the most part. I mean, there was like a few haters, but like, I mean, there's haters everywhere, so I don't
Uh-huh.
really care.
So it doesn't affect
Um,
you. Yeah.
it doesn't affect me, but the constructive criticism like was really nice. I really appreciate like
Um,
criticism.
wait, so Derek's question, how do you get by the copyright
I
posting?
don't.
Oh, so you just post and it's copyrighted.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I understand.
It's just
Yes.
blocked in some territories like Russia.
Russia,
Like
yup.
certain songs won't appear like for them. But I've had to like redo entirely like my sets because it was blocked in the US. So,
Oh, for certain
I don't
songs?
yeah, I don't know until I post it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just
Okay.
redo it.
So what's the goal for YouTube then, since you're kind of posting here and there?
Mm, maybe like 500 subscribers one day. I'm at like 225.
Yeah, you've actually
Halfway.
been getting pretty good feedback and stuff. I see. Like honestly, even the views are pretty decent on your videos. Not gonna lie, for a small YouTuber that's starting out, I was really impressed to see like how consistent you've been posting and like where it's going. But yeah,
I
I
try.
know you're not making money or anything, but it's cool to see that you're just
It's
posting.
fun. Yeah, it's still really fun.
I noticed they're like about 20 minutes or so around there.
Around 20 to 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say you're comfortable playing live yet?
No. No, no, no. I can't even do it on stream.
Okay. So that's a work in progress. Like to
Yes,
do it
for
on
sure.
stream too.
Mhm.
Okay. How often have you been doing it on stream?
I used to do it like every other stream in the summer.
Okay, but now it's kind of
I can't do it anymore because I don't have the Twitch program thingy enrolled on this account.
yeah, yeah,
But if I
yeah.
do it on my other stream, then I can. Yeah, my other
But
account.
then that's just a whole different account though, so it's kind of like you don't want
Exactly.
to start
Yeah.
over in a way.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like not so motivated.
Got it. Oh man, that sucks. I see, I see. All right, well, best of luck with your journey, and let's see like how much you improved and what you learned moving forward.
Mhm.
So
Thank you.
honestly, so cool that you're doing that. Okay, so going into friendships and relationships here. When it comes to let's say Twitch specifically, because I know you have like your IRLs and everything. What does it take to like? You feel like you have different levels of friendships, just in general, not even just Twitch, but like including Twitch.
Mm,
If you could
yeah.
categorize it, how would you?
So there's like the high school type of friendships where we're just trying to keep up because we've known each other for so long. Um, there's like the Twitch friendships where like we don't know too much about each other yet.
Yeah,
Like we're still getting to know each other. Um, there's the deeper Twitch relationships where we actually like have hung out and like we know more about each other's lives and we like check up on each other. Um, and then there's like the romantic relationship that I have with Cinda, and that's like he's like my like one best friend right now that I can like actually tell things to and trust. That you won't tell other people. And yeah, and I guess my parents are my friends too. So there's that. Yeah,
nice. Okay.
those five.
So, do you believe in the older you get, the fewer friends you'll keep, or what's
Yes.
your okay? What's the thought process behind that?
I feel like when you get older, you just like weed out all the BS. You kind of know who's gonna truly be there for you and who's just like faking it or like putting up a
Yeah,
front to like get something out of you. Like you can kind of like see it more clearly as you get older. Um, I mean that's the case for me at least.
yeah.
So yeah.
What have you learned from previous friendships? Like, what, yes, characteristics or things kind of draw you closer to people versus what you kind of want to stray away from?
I feel like definitely I go towards people that don't spend all their time gossiping and like talking about other people. Um,
Okay.
those people generally are the ones that like will talk about you too behind your back, and I don't really like that. So I try to go. I tend to lean towards people that are like they stick to what they say. They're like loyal and like they're honest and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're not afraid to like mess up or like look like a screw up. Um, but they're honest about it. Like they're humility. They're like humble. They're humble. Yeah, I like those people. They're chill.
Nice. Okay. It sounds like you mentioned before that you did cut off like friends in the past and everything. Was it because of like gossiping and those type of things, or how did you kind of come to a conclusion where a fallout is needed?
Yeah, it just gets annoying. Like I've had friends in high school who just constantly like start drama. They are like they attract drama. They all they do is talk about other people and like bring you down, things like that. So I had to cut that off. And it like is so healthy for me and my mindset. Like I can't really tolerate that kind of stuff. So, yeah. There's some friendships I tried cutting off that didn't actually cut off because they like stick to you like glue kind of thing. So that's kind of tough too. But keeping your distance always the best. Like with that sort of situation.
Are you a confrontational person?
I can be.
Okay, so if a friend does something that you don't like, you would straight up tell them.
Depends what it is. If it's very severe, I'll tell them.
Yeah.
But if it's oh, actually, am I a confrontational person? Maybe not. Wait, now I'm thinking about it.
Like when you cut
Um,
off your like friends, your IRL friends and stuff, how'd you do it?
oh, I literally just Snapchatted them and I was like, "Hey, I don't like the way you treat these people. I don't like the way you talk to me like this. Like, I don't think we should talk anymore." That's how I did it
A
in high
snap
school.
video?
A Snapchat text.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay.
cringe, but
Through
yeah.
text, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Any recently though, like did you feel like you had to had like adult conversations or anything?
No. I mean I should have. I think I should have, but like I'm very keeping to my own business these
Yeah.
days. So I
Okay.
try not to like stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
Okay. Because I'm sure you've had many different friends. I don't know if you would say
Hmm.
friend groups, maybe.
Friend groups,
Drama's
yeah.
everywhere, right? So you're
Yeah.
just kind of the type to kind of like not stick your head in and just let it go down however they decide to go. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Like it's their business. I don't want to like intrude and like
Yeah.
get involved in their business because then it's going to impact my life too. So I've been very distant from all my friends IRL. That's why I'm like always on Twitch, I think, because
Yeah.
there's no drama for me on Twitch. Like I've never been involved in any drama on Twitch. So I am like so blessed for that. I guess because I don't like to start it or like dive my nose where the drama is.
Like even if you're not involved, but it pertains to those you're close to and everything, how does that impact you? Do you get really stressed out about it, or how do you cope?
I don't really try to even understand what's going on. I don't
Okay.
really put my put my business there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You just don't want that type of, I guess, energy for yourself, regardless.
Yeah, I try to protect my energy as best as I can.
Huh. All right, and then with friendships, what makes you, in your opinion, a good friend?
I'm a really good listener. Like if someone needs me, I'll be there. And because I've gone through so much, I feel like I could give good advice for their situations. And yeah, I feel like my friends know that they can trust me with anything too. Like I don't like who am I gonna tell? You know, like I always tell them that. Like who am I gonna tell? I literally don't talk to anyone else. Um, but yeah, I'm a good person to vent to for sure.
Do you think you're more of a listener than a talker?
Yes.
Huh?
Like as much as I talk on stream, like IRL, I actually listen a lot more. I actually understand what people are saying
Yeah,
rather than trying to like be the next one to speak, if that makes sense.
that does. Okay, very cool. All right, so when it comes to relationships, whatever you want to talk on, how I like to do it is same thing with like work, go in a chronological order. So if you could talk about the first relationship or whatever you consider as one, like how'd you meet, what ended up happening, how'd you move forward, and up until where you're at.
Like all my relationships.
Yep.
My first one I met through Instagram. He hit me up and we went on a date. And then we started dating for 2 years.
This was when?
This was in 2018 and 2019. Oh, in 2019 and 2020. So 2 years. Yeah. He's the one that sent me to the psych ward because we used to do a lot of stuff
So right out
that
of
was bad for our health.
right out of high school, so like college years.
Yes, yes. Yeah, he was really bad. He was a DD, and so I got crazy and then went to the psych ward and broke up with him after because I was like, "You're bad for me." And then my second, I actually met on Twitch. He was a Twitch viewer.
Oh, you had the
Um,
experience of dating a Twitch viewer.
yeah, he was a
In-
streamer too. He was a
oh,
streamer
okay,
too,
okay, okay.
but like not as much of a streamer, you know?
Yeah.
Um, dated him. He was from Ontario, so I would like go to Ontario to visit him. We dated for like 6 months, 6 or 7 months. Um, and then I started dating Cinda. He's also a streamer from Twitch. So, wow, W Twitch. Yeah, we've been together for 2.2 years,
Yeah.
and yeah, I've learned a lot about myself from that relationship, and I'm very grateful for him. He's he's like literally everything I could ask for. So,
What
W
can
Cinda.
what can you say you learned from like specifically from each relationship, either about yourself or just the relationship itself?
My first one, I learned I have a very addictive personality. And if I do something a couple times, I'm probably going to be hooked on it. My second one, I learned, ooh, that I don't know if I learned anything from that. It was very short. It was like six
Yeah.
months, and like there's nothing to learn from him. My third one, I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned about relationships as a whole. I learned how to be like more true to what I say, like how to be um more disciplined, take accountability for my actions, things like that.
Yeah.
How to do moderation, like how to like engage in moderation, because I still am very like go hard or go home type personality, and like if I play Valorant, I'm playing for like 7 hours sometimes. Like I'm trying to like learn from him like how to just chill out and like only play for like 2 3 hours instead of like 5 6 7 hours. So he's like teaching me a lot of things.
See. Yeah, so you're constantly growing and learning, which is good. Okay, and then so your first one was when you were in college, and then did you just get to a point where you were like, yeah, this is bad for me? Like, how did it click for you? You know, because you were in it for so like a while. Like, at what point did it get to, yeah, I need to stop? Was there a defining moment, or did it think that just because of the psych ward that you learned about yourself?
It was kind of gradual. Like I always knew he was bad for me. And then when I
Okay.
became clear minded after the psych ward, I was like, I have to do it now. I have to rip off this band-aid now
Yeah.
before it gets like too much. So yeah, after the psych ward I called him and I said like all the stuff I needed to say, and then yeah, went on our ways. Kind of.
Okay. So it was like you mustered the courage to be able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to.
Because like if I'm trying to think about it, it's like let's like say if you were in love during that time, right? Like how difficult it would actually get out of the relationship, especially with the addictive personality and everything that you're going. Trying to see, imagine how you're able to really have the courage to do that.
I kind of had to, like, otherwise I was gonna fall down another dark path,
Yeah.
like I just had to because it was better for me in the end to break up with him.
Okay. Yeah. So you put yourself first.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good that you realize that. And then for your second one, that you met just through streaming, like you just connected. I know it was short and stuff, but like, what do you think made you realize that it wasn't for you? Relationship.
He was just really childish. I just don't think he grew up yet,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
Like he was even younger than me by a couple months. And apparently like girls mature faster than guys. So he was just like very
Behind. It's you.
very what?
Like behind on like a mental level.
Yeah, I would say so. Like all he cared about was like getting his eyebrows done and playing Valorant and Overwatch. Like he wouldn't spend time with me. Like he'd just be playing games on his phone, like playing Wild Rift and TFT and stuff on his phone. And I was like, hey, I don't really need this, you know. Very childlike. So yeah, we
Yeah.
mutually agreed to break it off.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
And then moving towards Cinda, what initially attracted you, or like how did it start or happen?
He's not afraid to poke fun at himself, and he's also like he doesn't take offense to things.
Yeah.
He's very like funny. He has a great sense of humor, and he'll laugh at my jokes. So W.
So did you like him first, or did he like
Yeah.
you first?
I actually chased him first.
So you raised him up.
I rizzed him up. Yeah, I hit up his DMs and I was like, "Hey, you want to get some pizza?
Like actually,
Let's
like
hang
it was
out."
specifically pizza.
I think it was like pasta or something. We went to like a special Tuesday special pasta day thingy.
Oh, okay, so was he playing hard to get or what in the beginning? Like he was just down to like hang out and everything?
Well, we were friends at first. Like we
Uh-huh.
would play games
Okay.
and
So you
then
built
one
that
day I was like,
comfort, level of
yes,
comfort.
we built that comfort.
Okay.
And we'd like stay on the phone, like we'd like talk on the phone sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd call him and then yeah, we hung out IRL
Huh.
and yeah, now here we are.
Okay, that's cool. How do you typically show that you're interested in someone?
I think it's very obvious. I don't know. I just talk to them a lot.
Okay. And aside from the relationships that you're in and that you've been in, what do you say, like, what are qualities that really just attract you? Could be personality, like physically, anything. And what was your type overall?
If they can make me laugh, like that's you got that you got me. Yeah. That's it. I mean everything else is
Humor.
cool too, like physical, um kindness, loyalty, whatever, but I think like my number one thing
Yeah.
that like I really liked about Cinda was like he could just make me laugh. So yeah.
what what's your love language?
Quality time, acts of service, physical touch. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, those are top three.
Mhm. Mhm.
What are like red flags to you now that you've been in like certain relationships and stuff? Or deal breakers?
If they are married and don't tell me.
What the
I can't think of another. I can't think of one right
Okay.
now. I don't know.
I mean that's not a bad one, but that one's like a really extreme one. Okay. All good, all good.
Mm, I can't think of one.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If it comes up, then let me know.
Okay.
What's worse to you? Physically cheating or emotionally cheating?
Emotional.
All right, why?
Because then your heart is not like one. physical cheating is thinking with your wee wee down there, right? That's one head. That's your other head. That's your second head. But like emotionally cheating, that's using your first head and your heart. Like that's more body parts than your wee wee. You know?
Hmm. Hey, specifically using wee wee. I see. I see.
Yeah. Emotional is bad. No, no. I mean, they're both bad, but like, yeah.
Okay, so do you believe in second chances?
Oh, for sure. I think
Oh,
everyone
okay.
deserves a second chance.
So even if it comes to cheating,
Yes.
hey, like it seems like you're very firm with your answer. So like, can you explain more about your thought process?
Yeah, because like some people, like, they have a moment of weakness. Like, I've seen it in like my friend groups and stuff. Like, you know, they just think with their wee wee. They're not thinking straight. Maybe they're drunk, maybe whatever. I mean, not that that's an excuse for anything. Like cheating is bad. No one should do it. But it's
Yeah,
like I would give my SO a second chance if they cheated on me. If they showed me that they really messed up and they didn't mean to do it, they regret it, they show remorse, like blah 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 blah. Like I would give a second chance.
so back a little to the confrontational stuff. Now it just like popped up into my head. If you were to see like your friend cheat or something on their significant other, like what would you do?
That's their business. I can't do anything about that. I would tell them like, hey, you should probably stop. Like, that's not good. Like that's messed up. Like he doesn't deserve that, or she doesn't deserve that. Like think
Yeah,
about what you're doing. I try to talk to them, but I can't. I would never like go to their significant other and be like, hey, they're cheating on you.
I see. What if they're both friends?
Oh, um, oh, I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Do you think you have an idea of what you would do?
I would talk to my friend,
The
like
one
the one
that's
that
cheating.
is cheating, the
Yeah.
one that is cheating. Yeah, I would be like, hey, if you don't tell them, like maybe I will.
Ultimatum. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
All right. Just picking your brain again with these questions. Do you believe in right person, wrong time?
Yeah, I believe in that.
Okay, go ahead, elaborate.
Sometimes it's just like not the right time. Like they're in the middle of their like advancing their career or like in school and they need to focus, they need to study. Or maybe they just haven't fully matured yet and like they can't handle a relationship. Like, yeah, maybe if it's meant to be, then I think they would cross paths again in the future.
Okay, it's meant to be. So like kind of like a destiny type of thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. All right, this is a wild question to ask, especially because Cinda is in the chat. But I typically do want to ask my guests this type of question. So, like with relationships and stuff, like where do you see yourself in the future? Like, do you have a specific timeline of when you would want a family? Do you even like have thoughts of like wanting to be married or anything?
Ideally, I want to be married when I'm 27 or 28 and then have a family when I'm 30.
Okay, by 30. So, how big would this family be and what would it look like? The ideal.
We would have one girl, one boy.
Okay, good to know. And would you still want to live in your area?
Yes, ideally, hopefully.
Okay. All right, good to know. Good to know. So there's that with ooh, another question right here. Um I kind of know the most common answer, but feel free to elaborate and just share your thoughts about this. about like if guys and girls can just be friends.
I think so. As long as they're not attracted to each other. Like as in like um I think it's possible. It's just hard if they're hot,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay, like there's some form of attraction, or like
Yeah.
one side at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's easier to be
that
friends if
percentage
you're
is
not
pretty
hot.
tough.
Yeah, I know.
I get it. Y'all funny, y'all funny. All right, so with your current self right now, how do you how would you say you're doing like mentally? Like what would you how are you doing mentally?
I think overall I'm okay, but I do have those days where I'm like still bipolar and shit's hard. But overall, like 90% of the time, I think I'm like a generally good person. Like I
Yeah.
have firm beliefs. Like I have a good mindset on most things in life. And yeah, aside from my bipolarness, I'm chilling.
Is there something that you're kind of hard on yourself about? Maybe the most thing in particular? There's a saying
I
that sometimes you could be your own biggest critic or anything or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
no, for sure. I think the mm, the most toxic thing I do towards myself is probably like put too much pressure on myself and try to do too much all at once. Like and that leads to burnout sometimes cuz I can't handle it all at once. So I think moving forward like I should try to do things like one step at a time, not rush things and not put too much pressure on myself.
so that's relative to spreading yourself thin.
Yes.
You have an example of a time that you've done that.
In high school, I joined wrestling, basketball, track and field, and I was in wrestling, or sorry, I was in weightlifting class, and I was
Okay.
doing piano, and I was doing like my academic studies, um, and I was smoking weed.
Wow, yeah. So that's what you mean, like just getting involved in so many different things, especially a lot of
Too many things.
physical
Yeah,
activities.
yeah, it was too much, and I became depressed. So I think yeah, depression means or depressed means deep rest or something like that. Yeah. So my body was just like so done.
How do you typically just like cope with your frustrations or sadness nowadays, now that you're older and more experienced?
I just go for a walk with music on, like EDM. EDM always cheers me up. So I always listen to music, like no matter what. Like I'm
Yeah.
always listening to music, like even doing, like I don't know, just anything. I'll be listening to EDM.
So a lot of this um you're able to do by yourself, or do you think you rely on others?
No, I think it's all by myself. I
Oh,
mean, I
yeah.
talked to Cinda, but that's it.
Okay, I get it. Do you think it's easier for you to help other people then rather than to get help for yourself?
Mm, in a way, yeah. I feel like a lot of people like can help others, but they won't listen to their own advice. I feel like that's kind of like me.
Like you don't listen to your own advice.
Like, yeah, I'll tell them how to cope or how to help their situation, but then like when that
Yeah.
happens to me, I don't do the same thing. I kind of just
Oh,
like weep about it. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to like take my own advice more.
sometimes I bet like you just know what you need to do or what needs to be done, but for some reason you just can't get to that point. Like even if it's
Exactly.
something that you would tell others to do.
Yeah. It's weird.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know you're um it's a part of your life and you have that diagnosis like of having bipolar disorder, right? Other than that, what do you feel like is a big personal struggle that you still deal with, if any, if you have any?
Mm, probably like sometimes I'll go into this mode where I'm kind of emotionless, like I'm kind of numb, like because like that's how I coped growing up because
Yeah.
there was a lot of trauma in my life growing up with my family and my brother. So now when I'm faced with a hard situation, I just turn off, like I'm just not there,
Yeah.
and it's hard because it kind of like makes me like it kind of jeopardizes my relationships sometimes.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. I just don't know how to turn on the emotions when I'm in that state. So it just carries over.
State
Like
of emotionless, like is that similar to nonchalant or is that different?
nonchalant is like when you. That's different. I don't know how to describe it.
Like
I
what
guess
you're
it's
trying to
just
describe for
numb.
yourself. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just numb sometimes. Yeah, that's it. Like when I'm getting upset, I get so numb that I turn off and I don't feel anything and I become really cold and like really mean, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Oh my god, that reminds me of a specific show. Are you big on TV shows?
Yes.
Like back then, did you watch a lot of like I guess those teen shows like Vampire Diaries and stuff?
Yes,
That
I rewatched
reminds
that
me.
sometimes.
That reminds me of Vampire Diaries
Yeah,
when they turn
when
off
they turn
their.
off their emotions.
Yeah,
You flip
that's
the
what you're saying.
switch.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. My
So
humanity is off.
that's your
Yeah.
humanity is off. Got it.
That's my weakness.
Vampire.
Yeah. Vampire, yeah.
Hey, that's cool. Speaking of TV shows, what do you have a top five of all time, or just any that you would recommend?
Yes. Everyone should watch Grey's Anatomy. It's really
Oh
good.
shit, that's a lot of seasons. Wow.
It's a lot. It's 21 seasons. Outer Banks is really good right now. I really enjoyed The Vampire Diaries. That was like my favorite show. Or it's still my favorite show. Um, I'm blanking right now. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a good like funny
Like a
one,
sitcom, funny.
like a sitcom. Yeah. And then I like Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder.
Wow, you're a
Um,
big TV show head. That's dope. Like
I
all
love
these
yeah.
shows I know,
TV shows
most of
are
them.
so good. Suits was really good. I
Ooh,
didn't
another banger.
wait, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I finished like I need to watch the last season or something. Oh, Gossip Girl. I really liked Gossip Girl. I think I watched it like two times. Prison Break and Breaking Bad. Best
Oh,
shows. Those are
wow,
like my top. Okay,
bangers.
top three, top four or something. It's
Huh.
like yeah. Um, there's so many. I don't know.
Were
Those are like
you
the
were
ones I
you
can think
ever
of.
big on like Game of Thrones?
I tried watching it, but it keeps lagging, so I couldn't finish it.
Ah,
Yeah, I couldn't.
okay,
I'm
okay.
like on season three.
How about like The Walking Dead?
I love The Walking Dead.
Have you
I
watched that
finished
too?
it
Wow.
all.
Huh?
Yeah, I finished all 10 seasons. No, 11 seasons.
So you even got past the Negan arc where everyone
Yeah,
basically stopped.
yeah. After season 6, I continued.
They're like,
And I
huh?
watched the Michonne and Rick one too. Like the
Oh shoot,
season
I need to watch
after.
that. Oh
It's
shit.
so good.
That
It's
one's good
really good.
too. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Did you watch the Daryl one?
No, I didn't watch the Daryl
Okay,
one
I'll watch
and
the Rick and Michonne one.
there's three of them. There's Daryl, there's Michonne and Rick, and then there's
Maggie and
Maggie and Negan.
Negan. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then there's Fear the Walking Dead.
There's so many. And there's a game.
Okay, wow, damn, you watched a lot. How come
Yeah.
you recommend like why do you recommend Grey's Anatomy?
It's just such an easy watch. Like you learn stuff and
Huh.
like the drama's good
Okay.
and it's just so easy to get through and binge.
Yeah. See, I see. Are you gonna
hmm
watch like any shows, upcoming shows, like maybe Squid Games or something?
Arcane and Squid Games. I'm already on
Nice.
season 3 of Arcane for season 2.
Or oh, okay, you're basically caught up with the
Yeah.
episodes released. Yeah.
hmm Can't wait for Squid Games though.
Okay.
That's the good series.
Now you said Outer Banks. That's one that I haven't watched.
It's really good.
I like this. We'll continue the TV show talk when I think of more stuff relative to that. So you that means you watch a lot of Netflix stuff.
Yes.
Did you watch like Netflix originals or maybe things like The Last Kingdom?
Originals? I've seen not The Last Kingdom, but I've seen Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit, You.
You was so good. I can't wait for the
Ah,
next
it's
season.
the
Oh
final
my
season.
gosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Just a few more things and we'll wrap it up. So, what lessons would you teach to your younger self? So this is kind of like life lessons and goals oriented.
Lessons I teach to my younger self is stay in school, don't do drugs.
You always hear
Not
that, but you're actually
yeah,
preaching it, like for real.
like seriously though, because my brother didn't finish school and his life is so hard now. And me doing stuff when I was younger, I lost a million brain cells. So it's not good. Just stay in school and don't do drugs. That's all. It's really that simple. Say no to drugs.
What's your stance on weed?
Recreational is fine, like once in a while, but if you become dependent or addicted to it, it's not good anymore. If you get addicted to anything, it's not good. But weed is fine. Like it's not really that harmful to you. Like it just makes you sleepy and hungry, you know?
Okay. All right. And I know I asked you about your short-term and long-term goals when it comes to Twitch, but how about just life in general?
Short-term goal is to find a marketing job again and get immersed in that field. Um so I can advance my career. Long-term goal is sustain like meaningful relationships with my loved ones, um buy a house
Yeah.
and have a family. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. What would you consider as your greatest accomplishment life so far, and then greatest or biggest regret?
mm, my biggest accomplishment as of now, probably building like a great community. Like I just feel so
Oh,
like happy about that sometimes. Like I don't know, I just wake up and there's like good morning messages from the community and it's like so nice. Um because like after 4 years I feel like this has really done something, like I've built something. My
stuff.
biggest regret, not starting sooner. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know.
Real.
Oh, my biggest regret, I know, it's being a stoner for 4 years. Yeah, yeah, that's probably it.
Got it.
I wish I didn't do that.
Um, those younger years.
Those younger years, I regret. Yeah, but you learn, you live and you
Yeah,
learn.
live and learn. Facts. Okay, let's talk about some good old EDM.
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting for this. You started so young. What was your introduction to it? And like how did you like what was the difference of you going to events back then versus like more recent times before you slowed down?
Mm, so my first, okay, so I got introduced to hardstyle when I was like 14 or 15. I would listen to Brendan Hart's hardstyle mix in the gym, and I would like use the bicycle while listening to it, and it would like pump me up, and I would like get so into the music. And then so I went to my first rave, and I saw Brendan Hart um at Insomnia. It was called Insomnia in 2015. So I went with my best friend, and my brother had a friend who gave us stuff. So at 15, I did that for the first time, and that was how it went every single time I went to an event. And I went to events like once a month because in Vancouver there's like always events, and there was like underage clubbing. So I'd go to underage clubs, and we'd do stuff there. It
Wait,
was
wait,
really
wait.
bad.
They just had underage clubs like
Yeah,
just generally?
yeah. It was called Encore.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was bad. It got shut down. It got shut down after a couple years, but
Wait, so
we
how
we
young
would go
can
to
you
that.
be? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I was
go.
15.
No, but they allowed it, right?
Yeah, they don't check anything.
So you could be like a
I don't
12-year-old
know if they
walking in
allowed
there or
it, but
something?
like, I mean,
Okay.
they, we got in, but I don't know if they would. I don't know if they were 12-year-olds. I don't
I'm
think so.
asking, I'm asking, like, are you saying it's underage because they, like, purposely let underage people go? Or is it, like, 18 plus, but a lot of people just don't check? Something like that.
First one.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
just
was
an
bad.
open.
They closed it down.
Oh,
Yeah, it was bad.
what's the drinking age?
19.
So there's a lot of underage drinking and stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder they shut down, but damn.
Yeah.
You were raving with
It was fun
all
though.
other like 15-year-olds and stuff.
I mean, they're mostly like 19 and up.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Because only me and my friend group were like the young ones because we were in that phase of like trying to
Early
party when we
on,
were like
yeah.
young. Yeah, like I would throw parties at my house when my parents went to Vietnam, and I'd go to parties at other people's houses, and we were like in grade 9 and 10. Like we just started way too young, and
Sane.
everyone was already into like hardcore drugs and stuff, and I got introduced to everything at a young age. That's why I said
You're
earlier, like I
okay.
lost a million brain cells.
You were just willing to try these things and stuff.
Yeah, it was so experimental in a bad way.
And then how did that progress with the rave scene, EDM scene?
Yeah, so I would go to those events. Like all the events were 18. No, all events were all ages. Like the ones I would go to. That's how I was able to go to them because they were all ages. And I just felt the music as I was like taking those things, and I just fell in love with EDM so much. Like when I was young, it was so fun. It's
Specifically
still
hard
so fun.
style.
Hard style for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And then were you consistently going to events literally since 15 or did you kind of stop here
Mm-hmm.
and there? Oh wait, you said COVID you stopped,
15,
right?
15 to 20, and then 22 to 23 to 24. But I slowed down this year and last year.
What's considered slowing down? Like how often were you going before?
Before I was going. Wait, do clubs count as events or no?
Yeah, I would say even clubbing, like just the nightlife.
Oh, before I would go like twice a month, 2, 3 times a month,
Huh.
and then now I go like once a year, twice a year.
Damn, that's a huge change.
Yeah, try to save money and stuff, so it's worth it.
Yeah. Draw asked, do you know Dimitri K?
I know Dimitri Vegas and like Mike. Dimitri K sounds familiar though. Is that a DJ?
Uh, sounds like it might be an artist.
Dimitri
Dimitri
K.
Vegas, I've heard of that too, yeah. Okay, so that was your like your timeline. How have you changed as a raver over the years?
I go sober now.
When did that
I
start?
2021? No, 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 no. 2023.
Sober means not even drinking?
I mean, I could drink, but I don't have to drink anymore. I just take pre-workout.
Like real pre-workout.
Like actual pre-workout.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I used to take C4. Yeah.
Okay, because some friends that like they like joke around and they call the hard stuff
Oh.
pre-workout. So I
No,
was
no,
just
no,
trying to
no, no,
clarify.
no. No, 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 no.
Okay.
No more hard
Okay,
stuff.
actually going sober. Got it. From time to time.
Mhm. Mhm.
It
And it's
just
still really fun. Yeah.
yeah, like it just occurred to you that you just wanted to go without the need to take anything. Is that why?
I went once in 2019 to see Zed, and I was sober for
Yeah.
some reason, and it was so fun. I think I had more fun than doing stuff. So I was like, you know what? I don't even need stuff. I just need the music. Like the music is
Yeah.
already so good. So why do I need to like intoxicate myself?
Okay, so you've obviously done both many times. So how would you
Hmm.
describe the difference to those who might not know of just like maybe like the pros and cons of going sober and then not sober. Yeah.
So the pros of going sober are you remember everything and you're way more clear-headed and you could watch other people messed up sober. Like it's just funny seeing your friends like messed up when you're sober. The cons of like doing it is sometimes you feel out of your body. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or bad thing for some people, but like you have no control of yourself anymore and you kind of like don't remember your night, and you may or may not do some things you regret. It's kind of like a gamble if you do stuff. But if you're sober, you can always just, you know what's going on.
Right. Yes, yes. So, I mean, more so towards like drinking and stuff. Were you also just drinking a lot back then?
Yeah.
Were you like a heavyweight, would you say?
Yeah. It would take me like it would take like 8 shots to feel tipsy.
What was the go-to drink?
Tequila still
Okay.
is so good.
All right. So favorite drink has to do with tequila, and
Yeah.
what's the least favorite?
Mm, I don't really like Hennessy that much. Like it's kind of gross. So maybe Hennessy.
Wait, are you mixed or full Viet or anything?
I'm full Viet.
Full Viet. Don't really like Henny. Good to know. Good
Yeah,
to know.
my dad is disappointed.
That's funny. Who are your like some of your favorite artists? The EDM scene.
Yeah, I really like Coon, Brennan Hart, Headhunters. Those are like some hardstyle DJs. I love Millennium, Slander, Davin. Those are like sad boy DJs. I love Knock 2 and ISOXO. Those are like the bass house ones. I also love Inzo. Um,
Variety right here. Okay.
Quicks. I love Quicks. Oh my god, Alley Cat and Levity are up there right now too. They're so good.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I love a variety of DJs. Yeah.
What type of raver are you? Like, how would you describe yourself as a raver?
I can't stop dancing. Like I'm literally just jumping the whole night. I feel like I'm a rave mom.
Yeah.
Like I'm always making sure to see if people are okay. And I'm just trying to have a good time. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any? Well, do you feel like you're more social at raves, or are you kind of like more towards yourself in the group?
I'm definitely social.
Okay.
I'm like a lot more
Nice.
social. Yeah.
Nice. You ever like trade candies and stuff? Experience
Mhm.
like Plur?
Hell yeah.
What's your favorite aspect of it about it? And then also name some pet peeves at raves.
My favorite aspect of a rave?
Yeah.
Definitely meeting people, like getting to know more people, like getting closer to the friend group you already have, and then like branching out and like meeting other people in other groups. Um, I like giving shoulder rides to like my girlfriends. That's always fun. I
Nice.
like getting shoulder rides too, like receiving, like being on someone's shoulders. Um, my pet peeves when people step on me. Hate that.
Oh, like
Like when I
just
have no
walk.
space.
Uh-huh.
They're just like stepping on my toes. Yeah.
Jeez. How's the
Like when you're
scene
dancing.
over there, like for you guys in Van?
It's pretty chill. It's like, yeah. It's exactly like what happened at EDC. It's just the same type of thing, but like smaller.
But like most people are pretty nice for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part they're nice.
Uh, was there a specific reason why you started slowing down?
Just to save money. That's all.
Okay,
That's the only
valid.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have anything planned?
Yeah, I'm going to Gareth Emery in March
Oh, okay.
for
Experience
Laserface.
laser. Yep, yep, yep.
Laserface. Yeah.
Raving is expensive.
So expensive.
How long do you think you would want to rave for? Like, do you feel like you get
Forever.
tired quick or anything? No, yeah, rave to
Rave
the
to the
grave.
grave. Rave to the grave.
Damn,
Yeah. No, for sure. I'll be
love
that like
to
70-year-old
see it.
grandma. Yeah.
Wow, you love raving like that. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, what tips would you give to people about getting a rave bay? And what is a rave bay?
Rave Bay is like the chick or dude you have to like hold on to during those like sad dabbing songs, you know? Like, and like you can give them a shoulder ride, you could just like cling on to them the whole night, be cute with. How to get one? Honestly, mm, I've seen people try on Tinder. I've seen people
Oh,
like just branch out at the rave itself and try to like social not social network with like people that are cute. You know, there's a variety of ways you can go about it, but um I feel like best things come to those that don't look for it, you know.
ooh, okay, interesting. Interesting take. You ever wingman for your friends?
I can. I haven't lately, but I definitely can.
All right, guys, if you guys need a wingman,
If you guys need a wingman, um I got you.
oh, there you go. A wingman with the wingman. How am I gonna get service during EDC? Oh,
Oh,
what is your favorite event that you've been to so far, or the event?
um oh man, there's so many. Maybe Zed from 2019. That was the best laser show I've ever seen in my life.
Wow,
Zed back then was crazy. Like
Zed
prime Zed.
2019. Uh huh.
Yeah. Or Laserface. I went to Laserface in 2018. That was really fun. Doom's Night 2017 was really fun too. These are really old. Wow. EDC this year was really fun. Yeah.
Have you been to EDC before? This
No.
previous? Oh wow.
Yeah, this was my first EDC. It was really fun. It
Let's
was
talk
like
about it. What was
an
the
experience.
what were the expectations before actually being there, and then how did it actually go for you personally?
My
Ups and downs, everything.
expectations, I don't know. I wasn't like expecting it to literally be that many people for some reason. Like I knew there was gonna be so many people,
Yeah.
but when I was there, like oh my god, we were like ants. Like
Yup.
we were just ants there, and there were so many trains. Like it was just constantly people like getting around each other and stuff, and there's a lot of plur,
Constantly.
which was nice. It
That's
was
good. That's
like
good.
yeah, and my feet were like hurting so much at the end of the night, but it was so worth it because we got to see like mostly all the DJs that we wanted to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, the music was great, and we got to meet you guys and like hang out, and yeah, it was chill. And the second and third night when I got the tequila pouch from Gary, that was so fun. Oh my god, nah, it was the best memories. So funny.
Dang, love that. So it was mostly
W
just a
Gary.
positive experience for EDC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No negatives at all to pinpoint.
I can't think of any.
Okay, would you go
No.
back?
Oh hell yeah! I want to go
Nice.
next year.
Yeah, okay. What's the likelihood of that?
Like 20%.
Okay, that's still something.
Still something. Yeah.
Yeah. Had like a solid group and everything too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good, good. Very expensive.
That's the
Did you,
only thing. If I lived in Vegas, I would go.
did you
But
have
yeah.
did you have GA?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all running with GA tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, did you guys stay throughout the whole night?
No, we left at like 2.
Okay. Alright, that's not
Too bad, but I would stay till 4,
for
you
later,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sunrise sets.
Mm-hmm. I want to see Crank that.
Oh, you missed Krang that. Wow.
Yeah, he played at 4, I think.
So what was your favorite sets from EDC then?
I gotta say Atmospheres. He was the hardstyle DJ that we saw, and he was so hype. I also really liked Wooly. I
Nice.
liked Zed, Griffin. Who else did we see? We catch Dabin for the last part. That was good too. Uh, yeah, no, Atmospheres was my number one.
Okay. Yo, Ams.
My
Ams,
baby.
thank you for the raid. Hope all is well. What's up, Sushi, Josh, Prophecy? Hi, Ams. Hope you've been well. We were literally talking about EDC, and you were at EDC too, so super sick. Appreciate it, guys.
W
Thanks for
Wade.
tuning in to the podcast, episode 27, featuring Kim, aka Community. Getting near the end right now, just wrapping it up with a few more questions. But yeah, I'm glad you had a great overall like EDC experience. Hopefully you could go to more. Um yeah, it's like a reminder that you're actually so immersed with like the EDM culture and stuff, especially because you're DJing. So like with that DJing stuff, do you feel like it would be one of your goals to like play live? Like in front of like a whole audience and stuff?
Yeah. Like I would start at a club in Vancouver,
Yeah.
and then maybe one day I could like branch out, like open for someone. That'd be cool. And then maybe one day, who knows? I'll
Hometown.
be headlining EDC. Like you never know
Yeah, if
where
you
it
like
goes.
keep going with it, like would
Yeah.
you say you're passionate about it right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been loving EDM since I was like in the womb. I think my parents were playing EDM music while I was in the womb or something.
They're like some ravers or something that we just didn't
They
know.
are.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, they listen to hardstyle too or what?
They like Viet like house and like they like hardstyle, but
Okay.
not as much as I do.
Yeah.
But my parents have like been to raves and clubs and like all that stuff. They've done stuff and I've had to like take care of them before. And like yeah. It's a whole thing.
So they lived the Humjoy life, basically.
Hamjoy, yeah,
Yeah.
super hamjoy, especially my dad.
Do they know that you DJ, by the way, or even stream at all?
They know I stream, but they don't know I. My mom knows I DJ kind of, but like, yeah, she just saw the board.
Okay.
But she's never seen me like actually do it.
Yeah. All right, nice. It seems like you have like some influences as well when it comes to like playing. So we'll see where you go from there. Send us invites if you start playing
For
somewhere
sure.
specifically.
Yeah, I'll fly you guys out.
All right, and then yeah, just update with the EDC plans, and we'll see if like everyone follows through because it was fun, and I remember specifically we were in the same group for Griffin. I know that, and then I know it got really hectic like later on with like
And Wooly.
crowd. Yeah, like yeah, we kind of split up. I'm pretty sure during that time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, final few questions. So relative to the streamers and stuff, right? Because you know so many different streamers. Name like up to 5 streamers that you would recommend for people to get to know and to like to watch and why.
Okay, Wilson Chang, because you're a really great variety streamer. Like you play Valo and you do the podcast, and like your content is always so wholesome and like positive. You know, like you're positive vibes only. Hella W. So of course
I
Wilson Chang is
appreciate
number one.
that. I did not pay her to say that, so just gotta be gotta be clear on that. No, but thank you though. Thank you.
A lot of people in your chat right now too are W streamers, and they should stream more often. Like Drew should stream more often. He's a W DJ. He does like great R&B type shit, and like I haven't seen a Drew stream in so long. Satch. Who else streams? Derek is a streamer too. Derek Keto. He does amazing techno mixes on SoundCloud. They're so good. They're like an hour long, so everyone like should check out his SoundCloud as well.
I need to hear this. Okay.
Yeah, they're so good. Who else streams? I'm looking at the people I lurk. Exo Sinner is a W Valorant streamer too. Dan, my un.
And
He did a 48-hour stream the other day, so like
he's
he's
wild.
on it. He's on that grind right now.
Yeah.
And he's streaming right now. And who else is streaming that I'm lurking? Oh, if you guys know Kate Garumango, she's also like a long streamer. Like she's been streaming for 9 hours now.
Yeah. Lengthy
So
streamers
yeah,
out here.
very lengthy
They
streamers.
got the endurance.
I know. Holy shit! How do they do it? It's crazy.
What's your average, by the way, nowadays?
like 3 or 4.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, it used to be 7 like last month.
That's only a month ago.
Wow. No, babe, I just said it used to be 7 last month. Okay? I know. I know. It's better now. I'm learning moderation. Um,
Still is crazy. Yeah.
still is. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that's 5, right?
Yeah, like if there's anyone that we just don't really know of too, like feel free to shout them out and everything.
Mm, we love Prinny Vinny. He's also a W. He's playing Sunhaven right now. Jessica Lovebot, one of my wifeys. She's playing Valorant. Um, yeah, they're all W's. Oh Bunnies, we love
Nice.
Oh Bunnies. Nikki.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Personality. Okay,
Yeah.
what was your first impression of me? We could do on Twitch and then in person.
On Twitch, I thought you were like hella positive. Like that was like your whole thing, and like you were very chatty and talkative to us. Like you knew how to like engage everybody. So that was my first impression. On Twitch, and then when we met at that barbecue place,
I forgot what the
I
name
was
of
like,
it. What was the name of that? Oh my god.
um, meetup. No, 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 not meetup. I forget, but I thought like you were so parallel, is that the right word, to how you were on Twitch. Like you were like so genuine. You were like the same person I saw on Twitch. And I was like, damn, this guy is like just overall actually really positive and like friendly. So yeah, was chill.
I appreciate that. Yeah. We had two different tables, I remember that. And I think I have it on my vlog too, which is great. So you can always look back on that like later. But just to let people know, um at one point I did go to Canada to visit, and then I just invited whoever like was able to go out, just come hang out, and then we had two tables. Some of the streamers that were there include like Cat Loon was there.
Yeah, chill was
I
there.
Oh yeah, Chill came up from freaking Washington. I forgot about that.
Oh, Leona.
Yeah, Leona before retiring. Oh,
Mm.
hello, Rec. Kevin, yeah. There's a lot of people. Oh no, different chill.
Imagine chill the DJ came. That
EDM
would have
brain
been
rot.
sick.
Tasty barbecue, BBQ. That
It was called Tasty Barbecue. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Yeah, there was a lot of people, and that was fun. Nice. So I appreciate that as the first impressions and everything. Do you have any general questions or things that you want to talk about?
Mm, this is kind of a question for everyone, but like, if you had to bring one thing to a deserted island, what would it be? And you were stuck there.
Oh dang. Why did you come up with this question?
We were playing a murder mystery game like 2 weeks ago, like me and my
Yeah.
Twitch friends, and that was one of the questions from the game.
You
And I thought it
just
was interesting.
bring any item to a deserted island. Okay, but your intentions aren't to escape the island, right? Just to
Yeah,
be
no,
on the
it's just
island.
you're just trying to cope on the island.
That is so tough. I don't know why I'm instantly thinking of technology and that's not gonna work.
I know, I thought of technology too.
He says bagpipes.
Nice. Bagpipes.
Yeah, I feel like I would just based on sounds like a survival type of thing. Maybe some sort of tool or a weapon for like hunting, cutting and stuff.
You're very practical about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it from that practical approach. How did you answer it?
Um, I don't know. I think I said Valorant.
What?
But I don't think that's possible. Like,
Okay,
PC.
you are stuck on Valorant right now. It is part of your life.
Yep.
Rammed it. Start like spinning that shit on your head.
What was your first impression of me?
Oh, that is like one of the most asked questions like people usually ask me because I end with that. Okay. First impressions, dang. Yeah, we met like in the end of 2021, I think. Has to be around there, right? Does that sound right?
I think so.
Let's see. Oh, it says
3.
following since January of 2022. So pretty close. So that was like the period of time where I was like meeting a whole bunch of people by the end of 21 and early. Man, I don't even remember like if we had too many interactions like on Twitch, but I still remember like just being comfortable enough to like want to invite you out and like just to be able to do that says something. Like going to a whole different country and to just like hang out with a bunch of strangers like Canadians on the internet definitely was comfortable and thought like the vibes were great. I don't know if I wouldn't say we were close, but it felt like it was very easy to talk to you. I remember that. At the table. I'm trying to remember who you were sitting with. I remember I think it was might have been
Leona.
Leona. Yeah. So like we had like our own like table, that section where we were just like talking to each other and everything. Everything was like really cool. It like flowed really well. I would just say like a good friendly like impression. I remember we just left immediately like after that, or at least you did, because then we went to I think an arcade or something afterwards. One of the spots that you guys have in
Oh
Van.
yeah, you guys went to eSpot.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. So, I think that is more of an impression in person, but then I feel like I'm gonna give you an impression over time on Twitch. It felt like you were definitely, like you said, um, specifically about engaging with people, like how you ask them stuff more than to like speak about yourself. That really reflected at the time that I met you, and I noticed that. Like it kind of feels you just gave that welcoming personality and genuineness of trying to get to know people, which I found to be really cool. Yeah, so that was like a good impression, and I felt like you were really popular because like I swear you were everywhere. Yeah,
Aw,
like
that's you.
in
No,
like the
you're vain.
chats. No, not the Uno reverse.
Uno reverse? W.
Yeah, so that's the impressions. Any other questions, or do you feel like there's something that you really want to say either to me or to like everyone?
I think we covered everything. You asked really great questions, by the way. Like,
Thank you.
those are some really thoughtful questions, and I appreciated like each and every one. But yeah, I guess before we wrap up, like, thanks Wilson, and thanks to everyone that watched. It was fun, and yeah, W podcast.
Yes. Were you nervous or anything at all for the podcast? Like, how do you feel like before getting on?
I was excited. I wasn't really nervous. I mean, sometimes people confuse nervousness for excitement or
Yeah.
excitement for nervousness, but I think overall I was excited.
Sweet. Yeah. No. Thank you so much for giving your time and just to like for being very transparent and open. Just talking about like your thought process and like what you've experienced. Learn a lot about like your upbringings for sure, and then just like your thoughts when it comes to Twitch too, since you've been here for so long and you've been like very very consistent. Yeah, so I guess I'll just wrap this up. Shout outs to everyone for being on the stream and just watching from here. If you guys are watching on YouTube, thank you as well. Make sure to hit that like button and do subscribe. All right. Kim, give everyone your last few words. Like just anyone and everyone.
Stay in school and don't do drugs.
Perfect. Perfect line to close. All right, but that's a wrap. This has been the Chat with Wilson podcast, episode 27, featuring Kim, aka Community, aka Kim Yonsei. we have the exclamation guest command, which is a direct link to Kim's Twitch channel. So feel free to drop a follow, say what's up whenever she does stream, because she is a pretty consistent streamer. And we'll definitely chat it up and would want to get to know you too. So yeah, thank you guys and have a great night.